It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill.
The secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agyemang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or what?
All right, welcome to Straight Red Card. I hope everyone can hear me. Hopefully Brett can hear me. I was too loud apparently earlier. How am I sounding now?
Oh, you're sounding good right now. I turned my volume down on my headphones too, because even the intro was a little loud. You may not have been the problem, I guess.
Yeah, I may not be the problem. You may need to turn me up. Let us know if you can't hear me, guys. Anyhow, yeah, so we're here. There's just gigantic amount, a heap of things to cover. I'm sure that's why Brett was coming in at the last minute. He's probably arranging all his tabs, his millions of and I send him so much crap. So sorry about that, Brett.
Well, I mean, I feel like the stuff you send, 80% of the stuff is I already have saved, so it's fine.
Yep. Seriously. As for Nick Woodbury, like seriously, you got nothing better to do than complain about thumbnails? Really?
I don't know.
You got nothing else to do.
As strange as it is, I couldn't find a single photo. I couldn't find one photo of Gio in a Gladbach jersey. Fortunately, Grok was able to find one.
Good for Grok.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, no worries about ranting. GGB. And hey, Chambers, yes, good discussion on X yesterday. And I think you might pop up on this show a couple times, actually. I think I used a few of your pieces. Maybe not.
I know there's at least one that I did not keep because I already have the topic pulled up. But then again, if it's what he comments on, then I'll pull back up here.
Yeah, I think most of the time if it's not always when I send you something that the lead comment is the featured piece, but at least on one of those it was. We don't have time to do a whole lot of BS here, fluff, because I think the show's pretty loaded. Am I wrong?
This is quite a bit to cover.
Yeah, what am I drinking tonight? You guys already know. I bought like a case of this shit, so I'm going to be drinking it for a while. 3 Philosophers. My dad loves it too, so I bring him over on the weekend when I make dinner for them on Saturdays. He loves it, and it's the only good beer he drinks, because other than that, he drinks total piss. You drink piss? No, not that was a metaphor. That's that part of that movie. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Yeah.
He could have just turned around and said, no, dumbass, it's a metaphor. Could have solved that. But that wouldn't have worked as well.
Yeah, stammering and saying, no.
It's kind of like the best scene in Dark Knight where the knight comes up to, I can't remember the actor's name, and goes, are you mocking me? And he goes, are you mocking me? Yeah, he's mocking you.
In what movie?
Black Knight? Black Knight.
Okay, I was going to say Dark Knight. I was like, Batman movie?
Who's
Robin? I've got some bourbon with me right now. Some more redemption. Birthday bourbon.
Martin Lawrence. That's who was in Black Knight. Martin Lawrence.
You can remember reference from Black Knight, but you can't remember references from good movies. You're talking about the Martin Lawrence movie where he goes back in time and he ends up becoming a knight in the end. Wow.
Something's stuck in my head, man. What can I say? But if you ask me to recite like any line from like recent good movies that I actually have seen that came out, like the World War II Oppenheimer, I can't remember. I remember the scenes. I don't remember any of the lines. They just don't stand out to me. But anyhow, yeah. Do you have any fluff, Brett?
You sent one, and I have one. Yeah.
By the way, before we get to it,
okay.
I finally felt the tariffs. You know why?
Why?
I tried to buy a new set of darts, and because every maybe every year, I buy a new set just to have them to throw around. I like throwing new stuff, and I don't buy 3; I buy 6. Why? So I can practice. You throw 6. You don't have to go to the. If you're throwing 3 and going to the board, pulling 3, going. I like throwing 6 and then going pulling them out.
Derek doesn't like getting steps in.
No, I still get lots of. Dude, you don't know how much I play. So anyhow, the tariff was on the shipping, right? So they added to my shipping. I was ordering from England, and darts that were costing me $50 were now suddenly for the after shipping going to cost me $90.
Damn.
So I went online and started doing Amazon and looking all over the USA, and I was able to find them in the USA. They were a little bit more expensive, but not after shipping. They weren't. So I went with that instead. Yeah, there's some darts. Red Dragon, Target, Windmow. I'm thinking of all the different darts I have, and I'm really bad. I know they're, when I was playing in a band, people would ask you, well, what kind of amp do you have? What's that amp? I'm like, I don't know. It says it on the amp. That's what amp it is. I don't, I am not a tech nerd. So even when I played music, did it sound good? That's all I cared. I wasn't into all the details about how it was built and, hey, look at my mount. And, it cost this much money and it was built here. And this snob I didn't care about any of that. People who would have guitar collections. Well, I had 2 guitars. That's it. My whole music career. 2. That's it. And one of them, people would laugh at if they heard the name of the actual maker of the guitar. But and same thing goes for me with darts. Like I buy them, I pull them out of the box, I throw them, and I forget their names. I don't know what they're called. Torpedoes, the fangs, whatever. I don't know. Unless they're actually like I do have a pair of Phil Taylor darts from a while back, and they're big old massive submarine looking things. Those I know are Phil Taylor like 99 darts or whatever. So every year I bought darts. So if I've been playing since I was since 97, 96, you can only imagine. No, actually earlier than that. I started playing in 91. So you can imagine how many sets of darts I have. Yeah, it's insane. Over 30. And in 6s, not 3s. All right.
Starfish says step dart always gets stuck.
And it might be too small, and you might be poking it in too small of a hole. I don't know. That's what I would say. All right. Probably enough darts for most people.
Brian says, no way, Derek. Tariffs on the UK is only 10%. There's no way you go from 40 to the 90 you mentioned.
It's a huge markup. I don't know, dude. Sounds like the company is robbing people left and right, but I know I tried to buy stems. I tried to buy, and all the shipping had gone way through the roof. It was a massive increase. So I just found a little old American company who didn't have everything I needed, but it will suffice. That's what
the price I pay for darts didn't go up at all, Derek.
I know, because you play those cheap plastic. And yes, I do.
I don't play darts. That's the point.
Yeah, no, you should. Everyone should. It's a great leisurely sport for drinking.
I've got young kids here who love to do stuff. I can't have pointy objects like that.
When they get above the age like 7 or 8, buy a dartboard. They'll love it. They'll love it.
Yeah,
it's something to do. Keep them busy. Throw in, especially in the winter when you can't go outside, or this summer, which has been hot as hell, and you can't go outside. Although we're about to have a beautiful weekend, Brett, and I'm looking forward to walking, playing with golf with my mom and walking the holes. Yeah. Instead of getting a cart because it's goddamn 90 degrees.
Rushing through. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right,
dude. Man. So took the day off today.
Yeah.
so I could take care of the ginormous 50-foot tree that collapsed in my yard from that last storm.
Yeah.
I restained my deck
With
and
sperm?
yeah, it's only way to stain a deck. Of course.
Sorry.
And my parents came over. My dad came over to help out the tree and the staining and all and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom was like, "Yeah, I think we're going to take the kids to the pool too." So we went to the pool. My daughter's friends, actually both kids' friends, came over, went to the pool with us. And this particular friend has a habit of being a very picky eater.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That's the youngsters
coming from yeah. This is pickier than most picky kids. It's like I'd be like, "Oh, you want hot dogs? Yeah, I like hot dogs." Cook a hot dog, put it down, chop it up from and everything, And he goes to, and he's like, "I only like the hot dogs with the cheese in them."
Okay. That's picky.
And I mean, it goes on from there. Like, hey, we're going to McDonald's. What do you want? Oh, I want a chicken nuggets and fries and a Sprite. Okay, so I get the Happy Meal with the Sprite. Come back, he eats one nugget or half of a nugget, 2 fries. I'm not hungry anymore. I'm like, I'm gonna stop making you food. So today, come back, we're having tacos. I'm like, hey, you like tacos? He was like, no, I don't like tacos. Like, okay. Do you want ham sandwich? No. Do you want chicken nuggets? No. Do you want this? No. Okay. And then Jackson goes, oh, do you want cheesy chips? Which is basically just Tostitos with cheese on top and melted. I mean, it is what they are. What they are.
Right.
He goes, yeah, I want that. Like, Jackson, every single thing I mentioned had some kind of protein and nutrients in it, and you asked them if you wanted junk food.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I make him the cheesy chips, put them in front of him. He goes, ew, I don't want to eat this. Just not going to give you any food ever again.
Did you call him an ignorant slut?
You motherfucker, get out of my house.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
White
that
people
would have
stuck
been
in
good.
my. I put my homemade salsa in there, and man, when dealing with jalapenos to make like salsa and stuff like that, it is borderline impossible to gauge how hot it's going to be in the end.
No, and so when I go to my parents and I'm cooking with a really one of the orange ones called habanero.
Sure.
You know what I do? I always cut the tip off. Ooh, that sounds bad. And I take the seeds out and I put it raw in my mouth. And it gives me a basic understanding of how hot that's
raw
going to be.
In your mouth, you're like, oh, it's really hot. And then you put it in their food?
No. I cut the tip off. I use the rest of it later.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I just get a feeling for, okay, how is this going to be? Do I use 1? Do I use 2 peppers? Nope, this is a 1 because my mouth and my lips are on fire. Now, when you cook it, of course, the heat level does go down, especially if you get all the seeds out. But it does give you some level of understanding, right?
All right. Yeah, we just label ourselves a soccer podcast, but we don't get the soccer ever. Ever.
We never get the
never.
Soccer. No, we if you're new here, yeah, it's like 15-20 minutes, usually a BS, and then he left. See, there we go. All right, we're down to 99.
Well,
we were
no soccer. I'm outie.
I'm outie 5,000. All right, we should get the soccer. Go ahead.
No,
bro.
I don't want to.
Okay,
get the real life things.
Get to your fluff thing. I know you got a fluff thing.
I had another story I was going to say, but I don't remember it now, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Share it next time.
We're still on fluff though, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, what do we got? Look, we just lost another one. We were up to 103. You said fluff and it dropped down to 100.
Yeah. They're going to have to get over it.
They're going to have to. Yes, I have to send you this. I'm sorry. This guy's coming to MLS and his last name's Poop.
No, I read that as Poupe.
I'm sorry. Most people are going to say Poop. He's Dutch. How can it be Poupe?
I don't know. That's how I read it, man.
It's Poop.
I see Joe Drick. I was thinking, like, is there something about Dick in there? It's Poupe. Oh, I get it.
I can only imagine the only way in Dutch you could pronounce this would be Pupe. Pupe.
I imagine Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso. Guys, don't worry. It's just Poupe.
I don't think it's Poupe. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Pupe.
I don't even, unless he's going to Chicago. I don't care. He's going to be called Poupe for me.
Well, I'm just going to call him Poop. How do we like that? Joe Drick. Joe Drick?
It's Joe Dick Poopy.
Joe Dick Poop.
Joe Dick's Poopy.
Joe Dick Poop, man. You better wipe that off. All right. Let's move
E's
on.
are A's, just like in German. Dutch is like German. So yeah, it's Poupe.
All right, fine.
It is in fact Poupe.
I know that Dutch is closely related to German, but I just really want to call him Poop. I'm sorry. Joe Dick Poop. Wipe it off. All right. What else we got?
Bobby Not Brown for $4.99 says, "What's up, fellas? Going through a tough time right now, but your show always brightens my day. Cheers."
Yeah, we appreciate
Prost.
that, Bobby Not Brown. It's your prerogative. All right. A little Bobby Brown for you just for sending it in that $4.99. We appreciate it.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke, but then I realized it's not Chris Brown. Never mind. So sorry, that's completely different.
Bobby Brown, my man.
Yeah.
My prerogative. Come on. 1985. Circa 1985. Robert Hughes has nothing to say.
Robin
except
Hugh just
Robin
wanted to donate us a 2-pounder.
We appreciate that. You know, there's nothing that Brett likes more at about 1 a.m. than a 2-pounder. All right. From Wales, our friend from Wales, whom we do not mock Wales on this show. That is Tact, who mocks Wales. All right. What else we got as we enjoy our potables?
Well, Derek, I mean, you don't have to worry about this so much anymore, but, you know, at some point, you just should never trust your wife when it comes to certain things.
I divorced mine.
That's what I said. You don't have to worry about it. So when you're doing a challenge where you put something on top of your head and she's got a whip or a belt and she's trying to knock it off the top of your head,
yeah,
don't trust your wife. In fact, I'm not pulling the audio because I don't know what type of audio is. We just watch some of the video here.
Okay.
What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. She's going to whip it good.
Whip it good.
What? Oh, man. That was horrible.
Don't worry, she's got this. What?
Oh, my God. No, don't. They should not do this.
This is a challenge. I'm not doing this. Oh.
No. The follow through.
He's praying to God. Oh, he had a good wife there.
She got it. I think some of these
I
guys,
think she's looking to do it.
They
didn't even try just to back the head, man.
Oh my God. Make them practice first. Make them practice. Ooh, wow.
She was like, I don't even need to practice. It's just back. Wham.
Next, make them throw lawn darts at it. All right.
She's doing something right now. What was she throwing at him?
That looks like lawn darts.
She threw a shoe and hit him in the back.
We didn't play
after he didn't even flinch. Did you see that? That shit didn't even flinch. She got it though.
That was a good one.
Tupperware. Put the other way at least, man.
Yeah, that's gonna not fall off. You're bald, and it's like sucked to your head.
Oh my goodness!
Wow,
she nailed it.
Yeah. All right. Good. Yeah, we are going to do the CBS roster.
I got trust issues.
But I think we're doing the Jimmy show roster, Colin.
Colin, I thought of you. I thought of you when I saw Jimmy's show. Just want to let you know.
Why? Because there are a bunch of New York Revs players that makes Jimmy starting
lineup? No, because of what the Chat GPT roster, which is what he's referring to, which is what he claims that we do. Hey, okay. Grok, can you post us a 26-man roster for the U.S. men's national team? And Grok posts all the people you would expect to be there.
Yeah, I guess, but Grok's going to be wrong, especially coming up this September.
September's going to be weird. I know we picked what we thought would be there, but I guarantee you he's going to throw a monkey wrench in there.
Yeah, there's going to be some weird crap happening going down. I will guarantee you one player that won't be on the team. Paxton Aaronson.
Yeah, he has to at least perform at Colorado before he gets called.
Not only does he, and we'll get to this, not only does he have to perform now, he has to excel.
Flows out for 2 weeks, according to Jimmy Show.
Yep. So gone. Hey, Jeff Sargent. How you doing,
How
buddy?
you doing, buddy?
Come on back.
Hey.
Let's have a go. All right. What else we got?
All right.
I know we got a lot. So
We's in the soccer fluff. Hey, did you watch the newest U.S. soccer podcast?
Hell no, I'm not watching a U.S. soccer podcast. It is an interview with Don Garber. You got to be kidding me.
I mean, this is just U.S. soccer fluffing itself at this point.
This is like Hitler interviewing Satan. Like, there's no point. Now, okay, that's heavy, and I don't mean that literally. Neither of them are that bad, but it is like two compatriots in the business of doing the business at MLS and hand in hand with U.S. soccer. Obviously, he's on the board. This is a little too close for me. I don't like this at all, and I didn't even watch it.
We were literally doing the intro. Actually, you may have been talking about darts, and this was sent my way. And it's only 27 seconds, so I kind of listened to it while you were talking about darts. Sorry.
You are such a dick. Damn.
I had to make sure it's show worthy, Derek.
All right.
But you know what? I didn't hear it clearly because you kept talking about darts. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Darts are important.
Hey, you know what? It's probably a more interesting conversation than what we're about to hear now.
Yeah.
All right. So this is about apparently this little clip is about the MLS impact in the 2026 World Cup.
Okay.
A national team celebration to now be a fan of one of our clubs. And that's just work. We've got to do the work. We've got to have great fan fest. We've got to have great contact.
So he's talking about basically taking an international competition like the World Cup and basically turning these people into MLS fans.
Good luck. Oh, good luck, Ann. By the way, if we get a strike against us for this shit, I'm going to really lose it. For posting this BS.
This is all transformative.
Yeah.
So we're good. 12 seconds in, we stopped it. We talked about it. We're not playing the whole clip. We're not playing the whole podcast. It's a 27-second clip. We're absolutely fighting it. And then we're going to make a show about it on Monday.
All right. Fair enough.
Link our players that are playing for their national teams. We have to put MLS in the middle of the conversation. And if we do that, then I think overall the league will ultimately benefit.
This is
and it
not,
won't just be a Taylor Swift concert.
This is not helping.
Wait. Hold on. Before you continue, let me hear the last few seconds here of this
Taylor
real quick.
Swift. Yes.
League will ultimately benefit. And it won't just be a Taylor Swift concert.
Okay, so Taylor Swift's going to play the World Cup or sing at it. Great. But this does not benefit him at all to say that there are definitely going to be a lot of MLS players on the World Cup team. How he knows that, I do not know.
Pretty simple. I mean, Canada is going to have a team. There's going to be like 4 other.
Oh, he's talking about all the other countries?
Not just U.S. soccer. Yeah. Come on. He's not concerned with just U.S. soccer when he talks about MLS.
I don't know. I'm hearing that, and I think, oh, this is all going to be more butter on the bread for the people who think
Alex
there is
right.
who think there is an MLS mandate that so many MLS players have to be on the team. So this is just butter on their bread. Why butter their bread? That's all I'm saying.
He's on the board.
Come on the board.
Yep. I mean, Don doesn't. I mean, he cares. I'm sure he cares about U.S. soccer as a whole, but yeah, he doesn't get his big bucks from U.S. soccer. He gets his big bucks from stroking all the owners' cocks.
Yes, and especially the founding owners.
Oh, of course, he's been doing it the longest.
Yes, and their cocks need the most stroking because they're small and flaccid at this point.
This clip. I think Don did this on purpose. This clip's going to go viral, and all the Swifties are going to come hating on MLS.
No,
or U.S. soccer. I don't know.
As Larry pointed out, it only has 700 views after 2 days. And
hey, it only takes one dude to post it. Remember your epic rant from the Gold Cup?
Yeah.
Somebody posted it on Twitter, and then all of a sudden, he had like 3 million views.
That's true, but this is not going to happen here. It's not a rant. I will say this, and Larry said something like, I get more views from a video while I'm stroking off and taking a crap. All right. Sometimes that's not true, Larry. Not with our like stationary videos, but our live show does fine. Not tonight. We're at 130 people here, and we are 25 minutes in. All right, what else we got?
I don't know. Just it still weirds me out that U.S. Soccer and MLS have had their split, but MLS basically still has their surgical gloved hand up U.S. Soccer's ass.
Oh, of course. Yep, that's gonna be for a while now. Yep. And Larry says specifically jerking off to Zimmerman, which again,
no, he says jerking off Zimmerman.
Oh, no, never done that. I never was approached by Walker to do that either. He's never sent me a private message asking me to come over and meet him in a public place, like a public park, bathroom, to do that.
Yeah.
And if that was something that needed to be done, Brett's way more experienced. All right.
Well, I'll come back to the super chat and say that's like a Blumpkin. A Blumpkin, if you're not aware of, is getting a blowjob while you're taking a shit.
Okay, yeah, it is. I remember that one.
You got to find a very. No, that'd just be weird.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know if I could trust. I don't know if I could trust women after that.
No.
You're willing to suck my dick while I'm taking a shit? That's just strange as fuck, dude.
Yeah, all poop is out of the picture. Sorry, it's just out.
There's even a limit for Derek.
Yes, there is, and poop is one of them. As I said.
Or poop before, right?
Nope, just poop. We're
just
going with
poop.
poop. We're just going with poop with that guy. All right, Eldon Hasek for $2. The quota's real. Paxton Aaronson told me.
Dude, we're gonna get to a quote for, that Frankfurt posted that really makes you think this is in fact a thing.
Well, certainly, since Berhalter left and Poach has taken over, it feels that way, doesn't it? Because even Berhalter was only calling up a couple MLS guys every time.
Well, at the end of his tenure, he wasn't calling any.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no legitimate quota. Obviously,
no, I don't know. He stopped calling them in. He got fired.
No, he got fired because Timothy Weah whacked some guy in the head. That's why he got fired, and because he's a horrible manager. With a national team,
he's been the best Chicago Fire manager,
correct,
in like a decade.
He has more time to do his whole joystick thing there at the club. You don't have joystick power at a national team.
No stroking that joystick. Yeah, I
hear
you.
Do it. I don't think the quota is real, but I think guys like Poach are buying into the fact that he wants to try the domestic. Because let's be frank. No, let's not be
Larry. Let's be Larry.
Let's be Larry about this. Really, even in Argentinian national teams, there's always a peppering of domestic players, right? Always. So maybe he thinks that's normal, and so
some seasoned vets that have been, playing with the national team for a long time that come back to play in Argentina at the end of their career, or some up and coming starlets. Sure, I get you.
Yes. Yeah. So he's thinking maybe Berhalter got it all wrong, and these guys don't, they don't have a chip on their shoulder. So I'll show
Coach
them.
Thinks that much into it at that point. That much.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he wants to lose, and so him mocking that reporter for asking the question about Dest and Robinson and Pulisic and how they're going to be.
You have the roster before me. You have the roster.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, I don't need it, dude. Those guys are on the team. What? Unless you're insane. That's what I would have said, and then I'd been thrown out. All right. Okay. But I'm sure that guy responded very nicely.
Shut up, David.
At my age, I would have responded like, what are you talking about? Those guys are on the team, right? You telling me there's a chance they're not on the team? That's how I would have responded to that question if he mocked me like that during the interview process. Don't fucking mock me, dude. My question was legit. So yeah, I'm coming back at you and saying, so you're telling me that these guys aren't like guys you're gonna really depend on going on in the future, and they're not gonna be okay, fine. Mock my little thing that I can predict the future. I think what I'm saying is actually pretty reasonable. Anyhow.
Derek, did you just say you wanted us to mock your little thing?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
my right nipple is quite shorter than my left.
Okay. That's what I thought you were talking about, but I don't think the chat was understanding.
I don't think they got the nipple thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on,
Anyhow,
guys. Pay attention. We've been on the show. We've been doing the show for what, like 4 years now? Come on.
All right.
It's clearly the right nipple.
Right nipple. Shorter than the left one.
Ugh.
All righty. What do we got next?
Man, if only Max Arston was a French kid instead of an American kid playing in MLS, he would go for 10 times what Middlesbrough's willing to. Is it Middlesbrough?
Did they say 10 times?
Well, no, they said 20 million. He was offered 3, so
no,
I exaggerated
20
a bit.
million is absolutely insane, and those two are losing the plot.
Gotta share it.
Now, if you want to say that, okay, Tolkien's contract was total 6.5. It was 4 mil plus a fee of 2.5, so 6.5. If you want to say that Arsene should get around that amount as a winger, attacking left wing back, fine. I'm fine with that. I actually think that's fair. But 20 million, you got to be all over your brains. You got to have like piss rattling around in your skull if you really believe that. Who said this? Was this Donovan?
Yeah.
They didn't both say it. It says legends Donovan and Howard think. No, one of them said this quote. And they never tell us who.
I mean, Howard says it down here. I mean, but I don't know who said the top quote. Yes, you're right. I don't know who said it.
If this was a young French kid, ça va plus, a young French left back from, say, like Reims, who cracked into the national team from League, he'd be worth 20 million. No, he wouldn't. No.
Also, Max Arson's 24, so if he thinks that Max Arson, a French Max Arson at 24 is young.
He's 6 years.
Come on.
He's 6 seasons from being 30 years old. How young is that? Actually, 5.5 seasons from being 30. That's not young anymore. Would these guys do some fucking basic research? Just a little itsy bitsy bit for their show? Do they just show up and go, I have done nothing, I have read nothing, I have researched nothing, start shooting. Let's do the show.
Hey, he's scoring goals for Columbus. He's playing for the U.S. men's national team. Clearly, if he was a different nationality, he'd go for significantly
more. Not many lately, okay? All right, so
personally, I think the fact that the transfer fees as high as across the board, as high as they are, is just ridiculous, and I don't know how long it's going to be sustainable. Because you're going to have a lot of teams. You only have a small portion of the teams that are going to be able to pay for these type of players. And if Landon or Howard really think that Arsene, if you're French, but any other nationality, that he technically would classify as a $20 million player right now. Here's what all of Europe would do. They'd look at him. Okay. Well, I can get a winger / wingback / forced back that can do exactly what you're doing for like a third of the price. So enjoy your time over in Columbus. I'm not paying $20 million for your ass.
And don't play him at left back. Okay? Don't do it. Play him at left wing back at best, but if at very best, play him at left winger. These guys are losing credibility saying these things. They don't understand it. Now, if they would have said 6 million, kind of like John Tolkien, I would have said, that's okay. That's reasonable. Because that's what we said on this show. Okay? Around 6. So Middlesbrough are a few $1 million short. That's not a whole lot of money. And I'm sure if they upped it to 6.5, like Tolkien was offered, maybe they might think about it. But it's not a slap in the face. Come on. It's not a slap in the face. It's ridiculous. That's overstatement.
So earlier this month, Columbus swiftly rejected a $3 million bid by Middlesbrough. And to their fairness, it's their right as a club, since they've got him on contract. It's their right to say, hey, he's worth more to us than this.
Yeah, absolutely.
We think what he's going to provide us on the pitch, plus potential further selling odds, because maybe he continues playing with the men's national team. Maybe he goes to the World Cup, and all of a sudden people are going to be offering 4 or 5, 6 million for him. Yeah, within a year, they're going to be sitting here going like, "Yeah, you know what? We think we can do better." I think he's going to offer us more than that.
I disagree with Tack. I don't think that 3 million is what he's worth right now. I think it's more around 5. But we're talking about tiddlywinks here. Like the difference between 3 and 5. It's not like we're having this argument where someone's offering, 3 million for a $20 million player, which is what they are saying. And that's outrageous. It's untrue. Absolutely untrue. But I do think Aaronson, as a left wing back and a winger, is probably more around 5, maybe 6.
His market value right now is 2.5.
Yep.
I mean, obviously teams can value him higher than that. Columbus does, obviously, and then other teams can value him and say, no, we really want him, so we're going to pay above what the quote unquote market value is.
I think Tolkien's value when he was bought for the total of 6.5 was 3. So not much different from Aaronson. And most MLS teams are not, if you look at the prices and you go back in time for players of that ilk, it's around 6 to 8. Sometimes they'll take less, but not very often. Like, okay, Orlando was willing to toss away what's his face, Maguire, but most guys
they feel like maybe they should have done that.
They should have, because he doesn't play anymore. Right. All right.
Man, that was but that's also the curse right there. You have one good season, and then the bids come in. You're like, oh, it's going to continue, and then the next season,
nope.
Okay.
We've seen so much of that.
Whatever.
Vasquez. So many players have one good season, and then it's over. Okay. Yeah. Maguire, somebody says, had shoulder surgery.
Chambers. Yep.
What Chambers, would he be playing anyhow? Based on what we're watching at Orlando going on right now, I don't know.
Bambi was sold for what, 6 or 8?
I think so.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, here's a cat who had one good season in MLS. The start of this season was not that great, but he also had the national team performances that probably helped out a bit.
Yeah.
So
I would say that's true. I would also say for Maguire, I think Orlando's moved on from Maguire. I don't think that even if he came back, I think as Chambers says, I don't think he's starting.
But this is also the thing though. It's the curse of overvaluing your players in that sense. Like, obviously you don't want to just willy-nilly sell at the first bid or whatever. But I mean, if somebody offers you a decent bid and you're sitting here going like, well, I mean, can I take that money that I'm going to get, and can I get a player that's going to provide equivalent to what he's done?
Yeah.
And I think when you're talking about a player like Aaronson, yes, he's class under Nancy over at Columbus. But I mean, if you get a $3 million bid, a $4 million bid, I mean, could you find somebody that could produce similarly? Sure. I think so.
Maybe
I think so.
So the guy I'm thinking of, which shocks me, that hasn't had the kind of offers that Aguiman has had and Duck, is the one American who scored consistently for 3 seasons straight in MLS, and that's Brian White.
Brian White.
He's the only guy who doesn't get any offers because he's old, I guess.
He's old, yes. Doesn't say the age is absolutely a factor right there.
Yeah. So that is what it is. All right.
Before we move on here, let's see. We got a super chat from Larry for $2. Says Ghost of Grant Wall really likes Paxton's social media, I think is what he meant to say. And hey, you know what? His social media is perfectly fine for me too.
David C says that White is also not good. I'm not saying he's great at all. I'm just saying he's the only one putting up the numbers.
But he scores goals.
Yeah, he's the only one putting up the numbers for 3 seasons straight.
Now that's an interesting one too, though, because if somebody looks at Brian White's scoring production at MLS and says, like a championship side, and says, hey, we'll pay you $2 million for him. I mean, at that point, at Vancouver, I'd be like, I feel like his scoring production in MLS to us is worth more than $2 million.
I think it's worth more,
especially
than Aguiman.
especially with MLS taking their third. A third of it can go to use. I don't know if they still use this rule. This used to be a rule with transfers to try to increase stability within the league. When you make a transfer, the league gets the third of the transfer. Of course, they use that for funny money to Gam and Tam.
Yep.
But then on top of that, you could use a third of it for transfers, and then a third of it has to go towards other expenses. Whether it's renting a facility, paying your coaches all the way down through the youth levels or whatever. But I'm just like that level of micromanaging. That's weird.
Yep, it's MLS.
Hey, if Columbus sells Arson for $3 million, take your portion, take your cut because it's their franchise of your organization, and then give them the money and let them do whatever the fuck they want to do with that money.
Yep,
that's their player they're selling.
By the way, yes, I did see that EPB scored a winner today. Good for him. He's played 7 games since coming back from injury after 2 years of injuries.
It's such a shame. I mean, why go to Greece? Why?
So let's see if he can get into double figures playing games, and whether or not once the season is in full flight in Greece and we're like 15, 20 games in, if he's still a starter. So let's just start there and see if we can get that to be true. And if it's true and he's still on 2 feet and not on the ground somewhere or laying down with a cast on or some surgery being done, then we can talk about EPB again, I think.
Yeah.
But we got to wait. It's been too long since that guy played.
2026, no good. It's going to be something after that, maybe.
Yep.
Doug Douglas for $2 says, why are both Landon and Tim special needs?
I mean, I don't know. My basic...
They do it for the clicks.
What I fall back on is they don't do it for the clicks. They're millionaires times over. They don't do the work. They're lazy. They don't do the research. They don't go to transfer market. They don't talk to people who are out in the field, who are covering the game on a microscopic level, like the Brian Shredders and the transfer market guys. And they don't really get on Twitter, I don't think, and follow that there are a lot of very smart U.S. men's national team fans and otherwise who follow the game. This is something Lawless has learned, certainly in the last 2 years. Like, he's on Twitter a lot, and he pays attention to what's being said. He's evolved in the last couple years, Lawless, from being somewhat of a troll to now not trolling very much at all and being right more than wrong most of the time. These two guys, legends, Landon Donovan and Howard, haven't figured out you have to do your homework. You have to be tuned in. And they don't have the benefit of having Mossy either, by the way.
Literally, right. As you said that, Untouchable says Lawless says Mossy.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but
no, in the game, yeah, literally, as you said it.
Great minds.
Where'd that quote go?
All right.
Brian says England severely overvalues their players. The way they talk about players in top league that want to go to EPL is straight up disrespectful. Yep. I mean, the reason, and any of the residential UKers can correct me, but I mean, as far as like rosters and earliest game days or whatever, they have to, you have to have a certain number of English players on the team, right? On the roster, at least.
On the roster, yes.
So they get overvalued because a number of there's only 20, 30, 40, let's just say, like top tier.
I don't think the number is very high anymore.
No, that's fair too. But so they have the reason why their value is so high is because they need to keep a certain number of players on their team. They're going to pay them a little bit more than what is expected to keep them there so that they can continue about their normal business.
I mean, that's part of it, but the English press does a really good job of placing their hands underneath the testicles of every English player and propping them up to make them look like they're larger than they are. So that's just the thing they do there. So thankfully, I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of English and British people over the years who for whatever reason, didn't think I was an idiot just because I was an American. I think it's also because of my German roots or whatever. But I do think that there's still a bit of snobbery over there, and it's kind of like an automatic that if you're an American, you don't know crap about soccer. I think that's kind of going away, but guys like Landon Donovan and Howard aren't helping right now when they don't do their homework. They need to do their homework and not say clownish things like, well, Middlesbrough really should have put up 20 million. No, Middlesbrough is not putting up 20 million. It's not happening. No team in the world's putting up 20 million for Arsenal.
I guess in their defense, they're just saying that the quality of player that Arsenal is, if he was any other nationality in Europe, that he'd go for about 20 million. Not saying that they should pay 20 million for Arsenal's services, but the fact that if they were French or they were Italian or they were English, that they'd be worth 20 million.
I mean, how American does Arson sound anyhow?
But I mean, here's the
standard is that's not even an English last name or like a standard. I've never even met anyone named Arson. That sounds pretty foreign to me, right? So maybe they think here's an the exotic player.
But here's the thing that really plays a factor. Let's just say Max Arson was French, and he grew up through the French youth levels of various club here. Maybe even youth French national team. He's going to be worth more because he's in a better system and a better league.
Well,
if he was German, if he was English, if he was Italian, if he was Spanish, if he was Dutch.
If he played at Reims last season in France and he was French and he performed like he did in MLS, I still don't think he's getting 20 million.
That's fair. That's true. I mean, I get the 20 mil. The 20 mil is definitely a high value there.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have said 10, I'm like, all right, we can have the talk. But 20, they had to actually go and exaggerate, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching live, but I have a good reason. Okay.
He's taking Taco Thursday. He heard me talk about tacos. Like, dude, gotta go get the tacos.
I'm outie. All right. There are 203 of you that are now here. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it. Which grandma, lean over, give your stepsister a kiss from us.
I'm going on a limb and saying that this is an El Rodeo menu.
It's a horrible beer selection outside of the Mexican beers available.
Negro Modelo,
Dos Equis.
I mean, they're all. I mean, outside the Budweiser, Miller Lite, or Bud Light, the general lights and everything, it's all Mexican draft.
It's none of it's first class, but I will give Modelo and even Dos Equis a step up.
I like Modelo and Dos Equis. I like both of them. They're great.
Oh, it's a step up above Bud. That's for sure.
Mexican style beers, all good.
Well, on a hot summer's day when you want something refreshing, yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
With a lime or a lemon, yeah.
I was drinking Taxman today while standing the deck and chopping trees and stuff like that. And I'm like,
which one?
This is Deduction.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
I was just like, this is tasty, but it is a
heavy.
It is a heavy beer to be drinking on night. And today was nice. God, I mean, it was in the low 70s, cloudy. There was a breeze, and I'm still dying out there lugging branches, tossing them onto the street.
Drinking in a 9% alcohol by volume beer.
Exactly.
You might as well have been doing shots.
Shots. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing now. Well, I did now.
Which is this one too that I'm drinking.
No more left. Oh, sad day.
I mean, this one's 9.7, so I know where you were at earlier. But I don't drink till the show starts. Well, that's not true. I had a few drinks before the show starts. I usually do.
I had a very light vodka and Crystal before the show while I was eating tacos.
I had a Canada Dry and vodka before the show. 2 of them. But that's normal on Thursdays. All right. Hugo Perez, one of our favorites here on the show.
We gotta work to get him on the show.
I don't know what he would say.
I don't know.
I don't know what he could offer. I think he still wants a future job at U.S. Soccer. I don't think he would say much. All right. In the U.S., we've had good generations of players. All of them have contributed, but the problem is not the players' attitude. The coach needs to convince the players that his game plan will enhance their play individually and collectively to perform at the World Cup. Is that kind of a bust on Poach, maybe a little bit?
A little bit, I imagine, yeah.
Yeah, so Poach, you got to convince these starlets in Europe that it matters, I guess is what he's saying. And then Kevin's like, how can Mauricio Pochettino do that when he's forced to coach B squad players most of the time? Is he really forced to?
I think he forced himself to this Gold Cup.
Yeah, there are other guys
I gotta
available.
Say, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
We went through the list of players that were called up that could have been considered at least reserve A squad guys like Tessman and Sargent and
Jesus, yeah.
Don't pronounce that. He pronounces the H. Last time I heard him, he said Hugo, but maybe he didn't. I don't know. I thought he did.
I'm more than happy to say Hugo.
I'll say Hugo Perez, but I think he embraced the Americanization of his name when he was on the U.S. national team. As
kind of like Pulisic to Pulisic.
Yes, kind of. That's going back to the 80s for me, okay? So if he didn't embrace it and the media was just calling him that, and he was all the time thinking, I wish they'd stop calling me Hugo. Okay, fine. But people have been calling him that for years, and he just goes with it. So I went with what I've heard since 1980s. I could be wrong. Maybe he doesn't like that, and he'd rather be called Hugo Perez.
Maybe when he's stateside or where he's talking to some stateside peeps, it's Hugo, and then when he's around the world, it's Hugo. Sort of like whenever I have to answer the phone for any job, but primarily when I worked at Navient, and I'm like, hey, this is Brett. Thanks for calling Navient. How can I assist you? Listen, Greg. I'm just like, all right, I'll go with Greg. Sure, why not? Whatever.
Sure, I'm Greg. Fine.
See, I don't think Pochettino's forced to be pick a B squad. I think he chose, and I think the choosing of this was to test some players out that he wants to take a look at, but ultimately to send a message to the Pulisics, the Musas, the McKinneys, the Sargents. Hey, your place is not guaranteed in my books. You better come. You better come to these camps focused, ready to play, and fuck golf and your family.
I'm not sure the message was really meant for them, though, honestly. I think the message was more for, you're looking at John Tolkien. He was called in last second, right?
Yeah, BMR, I did work for Navient. Fuck yourself, Greg.
I was thinking more of Sargent, Scally, Zendejas, Tessman. I'm thinking about guys, Morris, Busio, the guys that you thought he could have actually really called up, but was like, you know what? I don't want to see you again. I'm going to go test some other guys, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Not so much for Pulisic. I don't think the message was for Pulisic or Musa.
But you still had like 3 or 4 regular A squad players in that Gold Cup squad.
Sure.
That were called in. And then you had a smattering of players. Of course, Pulisic didn't want to play the whole Gold Cup. So then that was not an excuse, but that was a reason why he wasn't included, of course. You had the Club World Cup as well. But yeah, there's a smattering of standard A squad players that were objectively left off.
On purpose. Yep.
During that Gold Cup.
Who had played before for him.
Shame.
Sargent, Busio.
How horrible would it have been to really instill your game plan and your thought process on these players that are up in the air for you, than to give them a month of training in 8 games.
Would have really helped Sargent. Would have really helped him to go score some goals against lesser competition during the Gold Cup. I think
what kind of message was sent to Scally? Scally was probably one of Poach's more consistent players over his tenure.
Really weird. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know.
Strange.
I don't know if we'll ever know what the point of that was.
About sending a message, Derek. Poach is the Joker. It's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the money.
I guess. Yeah, I guess not. I guess so. I don't know. We don't know. Yes, the message. But why are you sending a message to Scally? You played him a lot. Yeah. Why are you sending a message to Tessman? Why are you sending a message to Busio? Why are you? Some of these messages I don't understand. Why the message to Sargent? I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh no, Sargent. No, not you. I'd rather have Ajuman and Brian White than you. As if Ajuman and Brian White would be one of the top scorers in the championship. Maybe they will be. Maybe Ajuman will
EFL
be.
team of the year, fuck it.
I seriously doubt he will. I think Ajuman, when healthy, will score some goals, but I don't think it's going to be at Josh Sargent levels. I just don't. All right.
All right. Moving on to some brief MLS topic, even though we talked about Don Garber earlier. I should have moved these around properly, but it is what it is.
Again, Green Gray Basin says, with that being said, you still can't see the MLS quota, Eric. Come on. The reason I don't see it is because the MLS quota disappeared under Berhalter, and it disappeared under the guys that took over for him while he was gone. Remember? There were barely any MLS guys on those teams anymore. None. So
well, I mean, the Hudsons and the BJs of the world have all been fired by MLS. Or by MLS. Have been fired by U.S. Soccer. And then Greg right behind them.
That's not fair. That's not why they were fired.
I know that,
that's
Derek.
not why.
Of course I know that.
All right. So I just don't want to bubble up paranoia where the fact that Poach did what he did is on Poach. He does not have to do that.
Strong says quota. What quota? Back in the what was it, the mid 2000s,
Klinsmann,
or whatever, what a Klinsmann era.
Yeah.
Klinsmann mentioned in a book, is quoted that it wasn't even quoted. It was actually just, hey, Klinsmann told me this.
It's like a Cruyff book.
It was a Cruyff book, yeah.
Yeah.
That he couldn't even call the players he wanted to call in. That he had to have players represented, one player represented from each team, which wasn't even accurate. That if you went back and look at the roster, it's not accurate.
It's not accurate.
But I mean, the argument I guess would be like maybe he tried to call in like 2 or 3 players from one team, and the team was like, "Nah, you can have this player and this guy, but not this guy." Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to go back and take a look at that. Really,
I don't think there's a quota. I think that Poach I don't think he understands the player pool. Let's be really honest here.
Well, there's truth behind that too.
Yeah.
And I really do think that the Gold Cup was primarily, and historically over the past decade, roughly, it's been basically an MLS or B squad, like an MLS or B Euro squad.
And
basically, people who aren't being included in the Nations League or whatever,
To be fair,
not decade, I guess maybe 7 years. Good, sorry.
To be fair, 2 or 3 months before Berhalter was called up, we featured him on the show saying there's a good chance he's going to get called up, and he was. We were talking about his results and how good Vancouver were doing, and we thought there was a good chance he'd get called up, and he was. I was still surprised, but now I'm not. And now I think, Poach is just a wild card, man. I don't know what he's going to do next. So we'll see. I think we know, but I mean, we're still guessing. Tom, don't Bogert that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me.
Man, we have a segment coming up soon about his alter ego, Tom Bogert.
Yes.
And what happened to Tom Bogert? We'll get that.
He got picked and tossed. All right.
Basically, yeah. He really did. We'll get to that, though.
Straight out of the Twitter nostril. All right, Tom, don't Bogert that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me. Had to do it again. All right, Inter Miami head coach Javier Mascherano is sitting in the stands after a red card, talking on the phone to his assistant, Lucas, Rodriguez Pagano, which is completely legal in Leagues Cup, by the way.
Is it?
Yes.
I was just about to say, isn't this illegal? What's the point of red carding him if he's just going to be able to go up there and say, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that?
Do this, do that, hit him with a wiffle ball bat. All I'm saying, it's not illegal. There's no rule in Leagues Cup when a coach gets red carded that he cannot call.
I gotta not show game and stuff. I mean, MLS might come after us on that front. Okay, so, fair. That's strange though, because I'm pretty sure that any other competition or league or whatever like that, if you get red carded, you can't sit there and communicate with the bench.
Not Leagues Cup, apparently. I know, I looked into it. There's no rule against it. And by the way, this is, I think, the second year in a row that all 4 teams in the semifinals are MLS teams. All 4.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too, and I'm like, how did that work? Oh, okay, whatever.
I watched 2.5 of the games last night. A half because, goddamn, I had to go to bed. Seattle game was on until goddamn forever. So yeah, it was fun to watch. I love watching our MLS teams beating the hell out of Mexican teams. And that wasn't a wipeout or anything, but it does show. Okay, you can say, well, Miami was playing at home. That's true, but it sure looked like there were a lot more fans for the other team than there were for Miami in the stands. Just saying.
Wait. Are you telling me there are Mexican fans of Mexican clubs in the United States?
A lot of them, apparently, Brett.
I don't believe you. I don't think that's truthful fact.
I bet you
at
don't.
All. Not even
you ignorant slut.
I don't believe you,
Jane. You ignorant slut. All right. Yes, there are a lot, and yeah, they had plenty of support last night. That wasn't their problem. Their problem was they played bad, or they played just bad enough and went to penalty kicks and lost the penalty kicks. And that's fine, but if you told me the day before the games that all 4 Mexican teams were going to lose, I would have said, no, there's no way. But then, because that happened last year, and there's no way this happening again.
Yeah.
And it happened again. So there we go. I know some people are like, well, until it's fair, and some of the games are played in Mexico. Well, it's not about fair. It's about making money. That's why they do it the way they do. So, all right.
I mean, in theory, they could play home and away matches, and they can go down to Mexico. But again, even the Mexican Federation is sitting there going like, we're going to get so much more money by hosting this in the United States. Why would we even bother to open up our stadiums, to pay the employees to be there, to do this, X, Y, and Z?
It's expensive. Although they might want to rethink that because some of the stands were empty for some of the games. So, all right. R.I.P. Tom Bogert. I don't understand his banning, but we'll get to that.
It is the strangest fucking thing. If this is the reason why, but it is the strangest fucking thing.
It is. It's very strange.
All right. Moving on, though.
Yes.
Transfer news. Transfer news. Who's getting monitored on transfer news? Who's getting ogled on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news. But me. Whatever.
Now that should not have echoed because I shared it differently.
It didn't. P. Morton says Timmy Chandler. Did he get a transfer? Last I checked, he was still on Frankfurt. It wouldn't be surprising to me if he got a transfer somewhere to Bundesliga 2 where he would play, because he hasn't played for almost 2.5 seasons on a regular basis. So I guess we'll find out. I did not see that in transfer market today when I was there. And when I was doing some research about who went where, I didn't catch that. So unless it just happened, which is possible, I suppose. Breaking. Real Salt Lake agreed a deal to acquire DeAndre Yedlin from FC Cincinnati. Per sources, Yedlin will sign new long-term deal at RSL. I'm told, well, he's 32, going on 33.
Hey, well, of course, it's going to be a long-term deal. I mean, that's basically saying, hey, you're going to retire here.
Yes.
Unless we release you to a USL 2 squad.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, I'm happy for DeAndre. He had a pretty good U.S. soccer career for the most part.
Kevin wants to know, why is he leaving Cincy? I don't know. He's been playing for Cincy. My guess is Real Salt Lake came with a bid that made him an offer that Cincy couldn't refuse.
Kevin, let me explain how some of these MLS deals work. So Cincy's like, okay, Yedlin's good, but we got another good guy. The position we're really missing out on right now is this position. So let's trade Yedlin over, since we got a guy that can fill in his role.
Oh, this is what it was.
Make some money, and then we'll go after Brian Reynolds. Yes, or someone like Brian Reynolds. That's probably what's going on here. It may not end up being Brian Reynolds. That's a great guess, by the way. It could be, but
it was making its circulation throughout Twitter. I remember seeing it.
who's younger and
But I
will
don't
be
know the
around longer. Or in other cases, not this deal, other deals are, listen, we got 2 good right backs. All right. We don't need 2 good right backs. Let's just stick with one. We'll sell the other guy because what we really need is another center back. We are hurting at center back. So let's buy a center back. So you're seeing money shift around in ways in MLS, and you're seeing players from one MLS team go to another, and they're not even playing the same position. Well, that's usually what's going on there, is that one team needs one position, the other team needs a player in another position that they're not deep at or they're hurting at. And so they're willing to do these kind of deals. It happens all the time, actually.
And unlike another player we're going to talk about, Paxton. Sorry, I didn't cough loud enough. I wouldn't mind Ryan Reynolds making a move to MLS, quite frankly.
At this point, he's doing nothing in Belgium.
He's not going anywhere.
He's an average player in Belgium. Let's be really honest about last season. He's hardly any assists, barely any goals. He's not kicking ass in Belgium. He's just a really decent, solid player. That's, you're not, this is it for him.
Yeah,
come back to MLS. Yeah.
Come to MLS, make your money. I mean, you're going to make more money at MLS than you're going to make over at Westerlo.
Yes.
Quite frankly.
Pete, it's Westerlo.
Even I got it, guys.
Well, you better get it. You're on the show with me. Although Pete was on our show twice, and I told him it's Westerlo, not Westerlo, and he still didn't get it. All right. We love you, Pete. Hope you get your show back, man. It's fucking
Speaking
bullshit.
of Cincinnati, some changes are happening in the back line.
Robinson has agreed to a new long-term contract. New deal guaranteed through 2027 with option to 2028. All right. Previous deals set to expire this winter. Huge news for Cincy, who are tied for the Shield lead, and bad news for Scunthorpe in England.
I don't know. There was a lot of talk, obviously, when he was getting ready to leave Atlanta.
Healthy.
He came to Cincy for 1 year, and so he was healthy. You're right. That he had the many of options to go play in Europe.
Is it me? And Cincy fans can tell me this. Has he really returned to full Atlanta, performance?
No, you can tell because he didn't play a lick of the Gold Cup.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, even when I watch the Cincy games, I'm not really seeing the same player I used to see. I don't think he's as quick as he used to be. I certainly don't think he's lost it in a straight line. But what I think I miss, or maybe I'm imagining it, but I see a player who's slower quickness side to side, left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Not so slow in a straight line, but not the same guy. Could be me. He's been fine, but not pre-injury.
That's fine. He's gonna be a serviceable journeyman center back. Well, although it sounds like he's gonna end his journey at Cincy.
He'll be serviceable for a while. Yeah.
But it was funny because pre Gold Cup, I think it was Miola said that he had watched a number of Cincy games, that he thinks Miles is back to pre-injury Miles.
He's had some really great games, but I've also seen a few stinkers.
Yeah, and again, there's nothing wrong with being a serviceable center back at in MLS.
But
by all means,
since you're doing well, so aren't they? I think
they're tied for the Shield. They just talked about that.
Yeah. I mean, most of the games he looks pretty good. So I just remember him being just like this really dynamic, flashy player at Atlanta. Like he would cover for the other center backs, complete disaster all the time.
With the national team, if there was a mistake made, he had the speed to catch back up to it and everything like that. And that's all that really mattered.
Isn't he playing next to Miazga there too?
I don't know if Miazga's playing. Miazga's there, yes.
No, Miazga's playing. I just watched him play.
Okay, then yes, he's playing next to him.
So, and he was good in that game too. Nobody talks about him anymore. So I guess he's just gone because he kicked Berhalter's dog, which shouldn't mean anything to Poach, honestly. The fact that he kicked Berhalter's dog. Like that rift should be over, honestly. All right. What else we got? I know we got a lot. Jesus. Let's
BMR tags us in on this one.
Justin Che. Oh, we have covered him for so long here.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Oh, there's more. There's dots.
Is expected to leave Brøndby during his transfer window. Sources say clubs from the Dutch Eredivisie and Austrian Bundesliga are interested. Okay. 21-year-old youth right back was loaned to Belgian side. I don't even remember this loan. Patro Eisden last season. Isn't that like a third division team? One app for Brøndby. One appearance for Brøndby. Yeah, I mean, he's not good enough for Brøndby. Brøndby. We're talking Brøndby. This superstar to be the next Chris Richards, people were saying.
Patro Eisden is 11th in the Belgian First Division B.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, it's not good. I'm sure he may have played, but that's when I stopped tracking him because I'm like, this guy's dropping down to like semi-pro at this point. So, anyhow, good luck to Justin Che. Sometimes don't toot your own horn so hard. Just go out and prove it.
You know who's higher up than Patro Eisden?
Who?
Eupen.
Of course Eupen is.
Eupen are currently fit. Now, mind you, they're only 2 games in. Of course, there's not you can't take, they're 1 win, 1 loss. So I mean it's 2 games in it. Who knows where they're gonna end up? It's early in the season.
My limit to following the Belgium league is the first top division. If you're playing in the second division, I'm taking a break on you. All right. And I think most people have taken a break on Che because hyped big time.
Until he comes out and does something. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Goes to Bayern and says, I hope the German national team's still open to having me. Come on, dude. Just go play ball. Shut the trap. Play ball. All right. That's all I got on Che.
Oh, okay. So I got to block this. I got to move something over into my Geo topic.
Well, you got to move your dick pics off there too.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't be showing those.
No.
Yet.
Yeah, no, ever, because you'll get fired. All right.
Well, they can't see my face. Come on.
Well, we all know whose cock it'll be.
Well, maybe I'll make a pin name for my cock photos.
Because
you never know.
Because the peach fuzz will be the same color as your beard.
It's always changing, Derek. Always changing.
All right.
Girl says it's AI.
What is? Oh,
I'm guessing the cock photos.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, I'll get back. Now that I've got a new Geo post, and who was it said it? Hold on, I gotta give props to it.
Greg Perez says screen not small enough to see it.
Turtle, thank you for the info. I'll post it later and we'll see.
Colin says no face, no case.
Exactly, right?
That's what Brett was claiming.
No, they're going to do a, what was it? The Porkies, where they're like, I just want them in the line. They can wear bags. I remember there's a mole on the cock,
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that gym teacher, what her name was.
Yeah. Or
making a anonymous put a bag on their head.
The Trump trial. He has a penis. He has a mushroom head penis. Did you hear that one?
So we circumcised is what you're saying, huh?
That's what the porn star said. Yes. Whatever her name was. That he had a mushroom dick.
Brett's D-Pics probably looks like a turtle wearing a turtleneck.
Could be. Could be.
GGB, perfect timing.
Horvath left
He's
Cardiff.
talking about it. He's talking about it. He's back to the championship, boys and girls.
Can I make you a guess here, Brett?
Yes.
He's not going to start at Sheffield Wednesday. He's going to start in the bench. I'm just saying.
Probably.
That's what's going to happen. He's going to Horvath it most of the season.
Look, even Horvath knows it. He's like,
Yep.
bench, see if I've ever seen one.
Remember every time in the old show before it was live, every time Horvath was mentioned on the show, there's some chick taking a Horvath. Very old turtle. Remember when I used to do that? We mentioned Horvath on the show before it was live, and I put some chick taking a Horvath over a
Horvath,
yeah. I'm sorry, his name still makes me think of Horvath. I don't know why.
Fair.
Yeah. All right. Anyhow, good luck to you.
Not much to talk about here until he starts playing, right, guys?
Ethan, good luck, my friend. We wish you the best, and we hope you don't Horvath it all season.
All right. We're getting
don't
into
do
the
it.
nitty-gritty of Twitter MLS.
Somebody says Sheffield Wednesday's been late 3 straight months paying their players.
Chambers says that because he also said not going to get paid either.
Yeah, if that's the case, then they're going to face some sort of consequence for that, by the way, down the road.
Sure.
Yeah. Tom Bogert account got suspended immediately after the Paxton parody tweet. Fuck, man. Yeah, I don't understand how that's an offense.
Well, and he says, what was the tweet? And Sherlock Holmes posted it.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, I guess I didn't know how to do that. You can't really read this. Hold on, let me see if I can open in a new image here. New tab. So Tom Bogert says Paxton Aaronson claimed in his introductory press conference with the Colorado Rapids that his motivation in returning to MLS was World Cup ambitions.
And he's not.
I want you to remember this.
Yes, because it's true. Because Frankfurt, in their release, in fact, said that.
Let's read what Larry has to say here.
Frankfurt sporting director Timo Hardung. Now that's not how it's pronounced, but
it's Hardung. Yeah,
that's why he has so much constipation. On
exactly.
Paxton Aaronson, Paxton has demonstrated his potential both in preseason and his appearances for us. The loans in the Netherlands advanced his development. With a view to the 2026 World Cup, which is taking place in his home country, among others, he made the request to take his next step at the Colorado Rapids. We wish Paxton all the best and lots of success for his future. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And then what Tom Bogert said comes out just hours later, and he's actually not a joke. It's actually true. It's absolutely true.
100% wasn't even a spoof outside the fact that it's a parody account legitimately said something true.
So do you think Tom Bogert, that joined my friend?
He didn't switch back. You're right. He is a parody account.
Do you think he reported Tom Bogert?
No, it's possible. I guess maybe he had to do. I think Tom Bogert is Tom Bogert.
No.
Just he forgot to switch over in his account.
I would say this from what I've been told from multiple people that have met and have known or have at least had discussions with Tom Bogert.
There you go. Chambers has it. Bogert tweeted, "Free Tom Bogert."
This is really good. I am so glad Bogert tweeted "Free Tom Bogert." I don't think that Tom would do that. That he does actually have some sense of humor.
Yeah.
So that's good to know because other people have told me. So I have two perspectives. People are like, no, he's cool. He's got a sense of humor. And then there are other people who are like, no, he doesn't. He has no sense of humor.
I think though this proves my point. I think Tom Bogert happens to be an alt account for Bogert, and he's like free Bogert, you know.
I don't think so. I'd love it to be true.
What is this spendable worthy here? How did he lose his account for this?
I don't know. There's no reason for him to lose this account, except for that maybe too many people were confusing Tom Bogert for Tom Bogert, and I don't even know why that would be a problem. It's obviously not the same person.
Yeah.
Same picture,
Sure.
very close to being the same, but not the same person. And even when we were talking to Alexi, he said, yeah, at first I thought that was really Tom Bogert busting my balls. Then it was Tom Bogert, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I waited before I wrote back, right? He said, I'm glad I didn't jump on that one. I let myself breathe, and then I looked at it again. I'm like, wait. He's like, that's Tom Bogert, not Tom Bogert. So there we go. All right, for the 270 of you here now, I hope we crack 300 tonight. That would be really cool. But for the 270 you now, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with grandma. Give your stepsister, give her a titty twister, but a gentle one. All right.
I mean, could it be? And people are talking about how it is too close. It's too close, and yeah, it definitely gets people. I mean, who was it that I think Herc fell for it recently.
Yep.
And then deleted the post once he realized it. We're just like, no, accept it. He fell for it. It's fine. Just don't delete.
If you get nabbed, just embrace it.
Yeah, how many times have we done it on the show where we're like, oh, look at this, and then people are like, dude, that's a parody account. Like, oh, fuck, it is.
Yes, embrace it. Don't. Yeah, I think it's always bad when you delete stuff. Don't delete it. Just say, you know what? I had 4 glasses of wine that night. I've
only ever deleted probably a handful of posts, and usually it comes down to, and I always repost it, but the way I intended to be. Like I was commenting on somebody recently, and the way I worded it, sorry, this was just an email at work, actually, more the one I was thinking about. We have this issue where our Dells aren't connecting to the wireless adapters anymore, our new Dells. So they're trying to figure out, a replacement for those wireless adapters. And I had a teacher who said, hey, my computer is hit and miss and I have to restart it, and then it works, but it's kind of getting annoying. I'm like, well, you should consider yourself lucky you're getting connection at all. And I went on to explain it, but I'm like, more I read that, I was like sitting there going like, oh, that could be taken really weird. Like you should just be happy with what you got, type of thing. And that wasn't what I was trying to get at. So I was like, all right, delete that comment, re-comment, that type of thing.
Well, I mean, obviously, if I'm making a post, right? If I'm making a post, Brett, and I got fat fingers, and instead of saying bigger, I say something. Are you listening?
Yeah, bigger, yeah.
And I say something I wasn't meant to be saying, I'm deleting that immediately.
Yeah.
If I catch it right away, God help me if I don't, right? And bigger becomes something horrible.
HR calls.
Yeah, HR calls and said, you posted this. I'm like, I didn't mean that. Fat thumbs. I am so sorry. Gosh damn it. Right? Yes, delete that, but don't delete where you just had a bad opinion. Don't do that. Okay?
Yeah.
My
issue is always reading on tonals. So like on Twitter, I mean, 90% of the time I'm posting stuff, I don't really care how people really take my tone, because most people know who I am and my sense of humor. And if people take it the wrong way, I lean into it. Whereas at work, I'm like reading, I'm like, ooh, that kind of sounds a little strange. Maybe I should reword that.
Yeah.
Julian
Fivas, who unlike Larry, probably doesn't think I have a micro penis, says, I hope Paxton Aaronson never gets called up in the U.S. men's national team. I thought he would play for the U.S. men's national team, but no, I prefer Rokstas Pukstas. Well, there is word that Rokstas Pukstas prefers a move to the Bundesliga outside of going to Venezia in Serie B. So we'll see how that works out.
Those are the team. That's a team in. But I thought it was Serie A. Oh no, it just said Italy, didn't it?
Serie B. No,
it said Italy.
Specific team was Venezia.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go to Bundesliga. It's better off. Maybe you might have to fight for it, but at least you won't be playing. Venezia are probably going to come right back up, but who knows?
Wow, they spent what, 3 seasons there? 2 seasons? 3 seasons in Serie B?
They spent a long time in there overall.
Well, I'm just talking about whenever our boys went over there.
Yeah.
I think they failed 2 years and they got on the third year.
Correct.
So,
So Julian, all right, we'll get into Paxton.
we're kind of in Paxton, so let's talk about it.
Paxton took some money here. And you may not like this, but I think what Paxton saw in Poach was, hey, there are a lot of MLS guys getting chances, but guys that ride Pine in Europe aren't going to. And I'm probably going to ride a lot of Pine and maybe get some bench minutes at Eintracht Frankfurt. Listen, has he gotten a lot better? Is he? Yes. Is he Eintracht Frankfurt quality? Is he a starter? Questionable. I guess he didn't think he was. I'm sure he talked to somebody on the team, including the coach, who said, you're a bench guy. You get 20 minutes, 15 minutes here. That's about it. And he said, well, screw that. I really want to make the U.S. Men's national team. And Poach doesn't seem to mind this whole MLS thing that much. So I'm going to go take a DP spot. It's not like he's coming back and not getting paid. He's getting paid a lot of money, a DP spot to come back to Colorado. So I can't hate him for it because it's going to set him for life. We're talking $7 million. Okay.
That's a transfer. That's a transfer. Nobody's going to get paid.
But the salary is also pretty extreme compared to what he was making otherwise.
No, I'll agree. Yeah, he's absolutely going to make more at Colorado than he will in Frankfurt. 100%.
And he's thinking, well, this Poach dude doesn't care where I play. He just wants me to play. Well, you were in camp with him for a month, and he didn't think you were dick's worth of playing, okay, lately or recently. So I don't think you've got a shot anyhow. But you just signed a 7-year contract. That's
7 year.
I think it was.
I've always worded it as 3+2. Now, I don't know. Is it a 7-year contract?
I heard it was. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's 6. Doesn't matter. Point is, it's longer than the average contract.
Chambers just said it's 6. Yeah.
And it's a DP contract. That's what I heard through the grapevine from a friend who emailed me. This shit's for 6, dude.
He also followed by saying it's 5. It's a 5-year contract.
Okay, so it's 5. All right. So what? It's a long time. 5 years is a long.
Well, that's the thing, right? Poach is going to be gone in 2026. We have less than a year at this point of Poach ball. I don't think he's going to resign with the U.S. I think he's going to go back to club ball.
I don't think he's making the 2026 team.
And I don't think he's going to make 2026 team regardless, even if he goes to MLS. This seems incredibly short-sighted. And the only reason I say it's short-sighted is because the Frankfurt sporting director literally said he's looking at 2026. So it's short-sighted. He's signing a 5-year contract with an MLS team that's not going to let him go unless he just sucks donkey dick. And if he sucks donkey dick, he's not going to get a chance in Europe at that point. You might as well have just stuck it out of Frankfurt or get loaned out.
Yes. So somebody asked me on Twitter, is this going to stunt his growth? Not necessarily. If he's like a Donovan type character, it doesn't necessarily have to totally stunt your growth. Or is it going to be different? It's certainly going to be different. And people will say, well, now he's got no pressure. Maybe. But I think with that salary and with the DP spot, man, that's a lot of pressure. You're a DP on Colorado. Like DPs are used for European signings. Like guys from Argentina, guys from Brazil. Like that's who you sign with your DP. Colorado are choosing to use their DP spot, one of them, on you. That's a lot of pressure. And if he doesn't perform, which could happen, that's a lot of pressure. I think he'll be fine. But if, let's say, he doesn't kick ass, well, now he's way off anybody's.
Yeah.
Nobody.
At that point, it's only a 3-year contract.
Yeah. And no one cares about you in Europe. And you'll be shipped off to another MLS team after a few years because you didn't work out. So
I guess in my argument I've made in the past over players is when they make their trip back to MLS or to MLS for that matter, it's not like their skill level just depletes. What it is, and the way I look at it is when they leave Europe, the pressures of Europe, and they come to MLS, even as DPs. You had the Josies, you had the Michael Bradleys. They're still really good players, even in MLS. But I mean, when you don't have 3 or 4 players or potential transfer players nipping at your heels, your sharpness decreases.
Yeah.
And things that you normally would have done crisper and cleaner are less crisp, less clean.
Yep. No, you're right, because if he's at Eintracht Frankfurt this season, and let's say he's getting those 10 minutes off the bench, but in those 10 to 15 minutes per game, he's killing it. Well, he might just earn his way onto the starting lineup. Here, with the money they're paying him, Colorado, he's starting every goddamn game. No doubt. Unless he's a complete flop. Like, let's say after 20 games, they're like, okay, well, we tried this and we're paying him a lot of money, but it ain't working, which I don't think will happen. I think he'll be a very competent MLS player. I don't know if he's DP competent, but he'll definitely contribute in the same way Mihailovic did, I think, generally. But in the end, if we talk about this all the time, people say, well, he's still got a chance to go back to Europe. I'll just say this one time. Players who go to Europe and come back from Europe and come back to MLS, they don't go back to Europe. The percentage of the players that
very rare opportunity
is like 3%. We're talking about Americans specifically. Americans who go to Europe, come back to MLS, 3% of them go back to Europe. That's it. That's all. That's it. So if you are looking at that happening for Paxton, he would be an outlier of the percentage, is all we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not saying it can't happen. Sands did it. Yes, Sands an outlier. He's an outlier.
Well, and as Al mentions, he goes, unless they're Landon, at that point, Landon's always been loans.
Yep.
So it's always like he's loaned out to Mönchengladbach, not Mönchengladbach, Bayern.
Everton or Bayern or Everton.
Then he goes back to LA, and then he gets loaned out to Everton, go back to LA, loan back to Everton, go back to LA.
Yep, that doesn't count.
It is a rarity to see players who are in Europe, and in the case of Paxton or Sands, in that matter, is that they've gone from MLS to Europe and then go back to MLS. The odds that they go back to Europe at any point, and Sands is an outlier, is rare.
It's rare. Very rare, people. Go look it up. Doesn't happen.
Was Sands a transfer, or was that just an extended loan?
No, it's transfer. He's still there, I believe. Yep.
No. When he played for Rangers.
Oh, no. That was a sale as well. But,
was it a sale?
Yep. Then he came back to MLS to a different team, didn't he? And then back to...
He went to New York.
Yeah.
I think it was a loan.
I think it's a loan. Maybe it was a loan.
What's Sands' first name?
Ledesma was a loan, too. James is his first name.
Yeah.
Ledesma was a loan. We're not counting loans. We're talking about sold back to MLS. You get sold back to MLS, you're not coming back. It's minor and small.
All right. Nathaniel mentioned it before I could look it up. Yeah, Sands was a loan. So
Yes.
It was a loan, and then he came back to New York and then was sold.
And by the way, not a great time did he have at Rangers.
No.
Not a good time. So he's a much more mature player now, which is why the move to the Bundesliga makes a lot more sense now. He's ready for that now. He wasn't ready for it then. Not even Scotland. He wasn't ready for that at the time. So, but we're not talking loans. You're coming back full-time to MLS. You sign a 3 to 5 year contract. In this case, 5. You going back to Europe? That's a small percentile of players that do that. Very small. Go look it up. Go find us. Like, it's really hard to find many where that's happened. So
I like it. Booker used the actual release, the official release by Colorado of Paxton's move to Colorado, and said legitimately the exact same thing that the sporting director said, and it's got a chick can for it. It's jumping back to the topic. It's kind of funny.
That shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen. Somebody call Elon.
Yep, it's nuts. With a view to the 2026 World Cup. Strange.
Well, good luck, buddy, because you're going to have to absolutely slay it in MLS. Slay it, SLAY, to get called up to the 2026 team. You're going to have to be one of the best players in MLS. Like, honestly, Berhalter's been this season. One of the best players in MLS. At least for his team, he is, no doubt.
Chambers says he's technically Sands is technically on loan to St. Pauli, but it becomes an obligation to buy if they survive. I thought that was a transfer.
I thought it was too.
No, I'm gonna have to look it up.
All right, going to transfer market. Here we go.
All right, pulling it up. Hold on. Transfers.
Must be a long ass loan because he's still there.
Nope, it's a loan. It is a loan transfer. Here, I'll pull it over.
Must be a year long. Full.
Look at that. Loan transfer. Okay.
Will he get
fair
healthy?
enough? Thank
Will
you,
he get
Al,
health?
for that.
Will he get
Chambers,
healthy?
sorry.
Will he get healthy before the loan is over?
I thought he played this week, this past weekend.
Did he? I didn't
thought
see
so.
it. Could be. All right. Anyhow, point is, regardless of all this tiddly fucking around we're doing here, it's rare. That's all you need to know. It's rare. Period. End of story.
Out of here. On 8/16/2025, he played 90 minutes as a center midfielder in the Pokal.
How did I miss that? I covered the Pokal. I had all the Pokal things down.
You may have actually mentioned, you just don't recall it, maybe.
No, I didn't mention it. I thought he was still injured. It's on me. It's on me.
There you
On
go.
me. I thought he was still injured. My bad. So I probably looked at St. Pauli and went, yeah, he's still injured. Skip it. Skip it. He's not going to be playing. Okay, good to know. He's back from injury. I'll cover him then from here on out. But I did skip it this weekend. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Fans of Colorado, you must applaud the ambition. It's a record signing for a good prospect. Well, they don't think he's a good prospect. They think a lot more of him than that, for sure. They think more of him than they certainly thought of Mihailovic. As a fan of the U.S. Men's National Team, you have to question the intent. Is the message that you must be important where you play, regardless of the level, or should it be a fight and earn your way at the highest of levels? Testers. I got a really good email or message response, tweet from somebody's like, was the criticism laid out by some that a lot of our players are not important pieces to their team, is that affecting the fact that when they play as a national team, nobody will take leadership? Nobody is a leader because they're not important. They're cogs on their teams.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yes, thank you.
Post?
This is it. Chambers made this. There is an argument, what I am not necessarily making, that U.S. Men's National Team needs more players that have the responsibility to carry their teams on their shoulders, and whether or not that is what will help the team go to the next level, Paxton still has a ways to go to make that team. Okay, if we go back to the 2002 team, there were probably a handful of guys who had that responsibility on an MLS level. Balboa, who's the other center back?
Pope.
DC Pope. But Landon Donovan, not so much. He was young, coming up.
Young San Jose Earthquakes kid.
Yeah. Beasley, not quite yet.
Young Chicago kid.
Certainly, I don't know. There are a lot of players on the team that I can't think that they were that major pieces of the puzzle. And certainly in 94, where we got out of the group, none of those guys were carrying any team for the most part. There might have been one or two, but none of those guys were carrying team. So I can't really make an argument that it's ultra important. But if you look at AC Milan, I mean, Pulisic's like the most important player on that team, or if not close to, outside of Leao, the most important player on that team. Outside of that, no, I can't really think of any other player that. Although I'll say this real quick, Paxton Aaronson was the best player on his Dutch team last year.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the argument against that topic that Brett pulled up there was when Pulisic does come play for U.S. men's national team, there are plenty of times where it looks like he's trying to put the team on his shoulders, and he tries to do too much. And we've called him out as far as trying to play hero ball. Whereas if you just instead of trying to do it all yourself, if you try to make the easier pass and move the ball around a bit more, it'd be better. But I mean, there are just times where like he'd take an extra 2 touches, draws a foul, sure, but you don't need to do that when you could have laid the ball off and then moved off of the ball. You know, just move pass.
There are players that play like cogs, though. McKennie plays like a cog. He didn't used to for Juventus. They used to ask him to get in the box and finish stuff.
He was the leading assister last season, though.
Not goal scorer anymore. He used to get 5 or 6 a season. Not anymore.
Well, I mean, Derek, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my son and all the players I coach and stuff like that. Assists are just as important as goals.
Yes, but he used to get the assists and goals before. Now it's
I
just
don't know how many assists he got part of that. Yeah.
Well, he got a handful. And then, so he's not a leader on that team by any means.
He's not. I don't think he's ever been a leader on the team.
I think that certainly, if you talk about Tyler Adams, he certainly sees himself as a very important cog to the Bournemouth plan. And I think in the Bournemouth plan, he is an important cog, the way they want to play going forward. So I think that counts as something.
I'll say Weston did captain Juve a handful of games last season.
And
captain.
That's fine. And
there's something there.
So did Jedi. I think Jedi is an essential part of the Fulham attack and the Fulham defense. I think Richards is becoming that for Crystal Palace. So I can't go with this idea that none of our guys play an important role on their team, that they're just cogs. Is Richards moving beyond cog status? I think so. Is Jedi way beyond cog status? Yes. Is Pulisic way beyond cog status? Yes. Is Dest, when healthy, the way he's playing right now, way beyond cog? Yes. Is Scally a cog? Yeah, he's just a cog. He's just a well, yeah. So there are players that are just cogs. I'm not saying.
Well, I mean, it takes us back to the other statement, like, you know, there are too many chefs, not enough cooks. And then since you want to have some chefs on the team, but you don't want to have a team full of chefs who want to just take the game in their own hands all the time. You need to have bit players who are going to do the dirty works that don't show up on a score sheet, you know.
We could go through this tonight and say who's a cog and who's not. But I think there are enough non-cog players with Adams and Pulisic and Jedi and Dest. I think there are enough where we could say, I mean, certainly Sargent's not just a cog on his team, right?
Yeah.
He's the most important player on his team.
Yeah,
so I think we have players who can carry that weight, although we have seen with Sargent, he's not quite ready to carry that weight because he seems to tremble in nervousness when interviewed by local press about the fact that, hey, You're going to the U.S. men's national team. How do you think you're going to do? I'm really nervous about it. I'm really nervous. Yeah, we don't need that. That's not a player that we need. We need him to play the same sort of alpha male role he plays at Norwich. He needs to come here and bring that to the U.S. men's national team. Not bring this, well, I'm kind of nervous because, I'm not really the guy on the U.S. men's national. Nobody needs you to be the guy. We need you to bring what you have at Norwich to the U.S. men's national team. Dude, wake up. Quit being a wussy about this.
Mac Fleury's questioning, are you saying cock?
Cog. C-O-G.
Greg Perez says cog or cock, because only cock that matters is the biggest.
You can go with cock if you want to, but I would respectfully ask you to add a Q at the end of that C-O. Let's go with the French cock. All right. Let's move on. Yeah, I think we've covered this to pieces. Weah is a cog player. Weah is a cog. He needs to go way up in order to not be a cog anymore.
Doug Douglas for $2 says, I want Pulisic and Weah to not be called in at
the
this
ass
moment.
to mouth.
Yeah. No, who was talking about this? I mean, I know Lawless was talking about with Mossy as far as, because I think he was talking about who he thinks is going to be included this upcoming window. And he's like, there's obviously the talk of whether or not you leave somebody like Pulisic off this roster to send a message, but do you do this while also gambling the fact that you only have a few more windows to go before the World Cup? So
yeah, Doug.
Why not Weah though? I'm kind of confused why Doug doesn't want Weah included. What did he do?
Well, Doug's got his own thing.
Oh, Pulisic and Weah from the interview. Okay, never mind. I got it now.
So I get why you feel that way, Doug, but at the same time,
I want to win.
At the end, I do want to win the games, and without Pulisic, we're really just bending over and grabbing ankles. And without Weah, I mean, he's been a pretty good role player for us. He is a cog on his whatever team he's ever
insert
played
team
on.
here. I mean,
but he's
still a cog for us, but he's an important cog.
He's an important cog for us. Cog, not a cog. All right.
Important cog.
Can we get Adams off Adams' nuts? He's a BS. He is a politician. That's true. He words his words carefully. He says seemingly the right thing to say most of the time. I agree with that. But as far as his role at Bournemouth goes, I think he's going to have a pretty important role all season. And if it doesn't work out for him there, because they are kind of leaving him as the back four cover.
Here first.
So it could go bad at some point. So we'll see.
Doug says, are we winning with them? Well, I guess in the past year, not really, I guess.
No, we're not. No.
But I mean, looking at the depth chart in question, they're our best chance to win.
I think you could argue Cardoso over Adams if you want to, but I don't think that's how Poach is planning to set up, number one. And number two, Cardoso has a questionable record with us as well.
As I said, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm starting Adams over Cardoso, not because I don't think Cardoso is a good player and that he couldn't play in that position. I'm just saying Adams shows up, Cardoso doesn't.
So all of Adams' faults, he's got weaknesses in his game. He's not always the best going forward. Everybody knows that. It'll really be up to Poach to decide how he wants to set up and play. If he wants to play a more open game and just shield the back four with a destroyer, which is what Adams is. He's a destroyer. That's all mostly of what he is. Then that'll be up to Poach. And right now, I think that's very much in the picture. I think Poach likes Adams. And I think he likes what the freedom that could open up for other midfielders and attackers. When you have a guy who is a destroyer who can cover the back, well, in some cases back 3, in other cases back 2, depending on the setup of the game. But, so that's going to be on Poach. Adams is a limited guy in some degree, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't personally want them there, that's your decision. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's if you don't like those guys, but I will also say in the end, we do need to bring, or Poach is going to have to bring the best team he can bring. So based on how he wants to play.
There's definitely a portion of the fan base between the last year and some change of performances mixed in with how players are reacting to all the shit that's going about, all the criticisms and stuff like that. I think there's definitely a case that they're rubbing some people the wrong way.
Oh,
in the sense that they're sitting there going like, dude, I don't even care win or lose. I just don't want them on the pitch.
This is the most negativity ever for a U.S. men's national team outside of the 2018 non-qualifying thing, where everyone pissed and pooped all over Bradley and everybody else that played that game. Gonzalez, even Howard got some urine thrown at him there.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And yes, Herc is completely right. This is the most unlikable U.S. men's national team we've ever had. So they're going to have to fix this. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to come in September and win some games and show that they're inspired and they're getting ready for a World Cup. And I don't really know, Brett, what it's going to take to win fans back over at this point. You and I have, because we're veterans of this shit, right? We take it so level-headedly. We're like, been there, done that. Been covering this team for 30 plus years, 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Other people have lost their shit because they haven't been through these rough times before. And so has there ever been a time, however, that a team has been this hated or negatively thought of? Probably not. This is about as bad as it's been. In my 40 years of watching U.S. soccer and covering the sport for 30, this is as bad as it's got. So they're going to have to fix it somehow. Yep.
Nate says he's talking about how Cardoso's played for the U.S. men's national team, and like he was talking about how bad Cardoso, even though Cardoso is playing bad, but so was Tillman up until this Gold Cup, and we talked about this too.
Yeah,
that this Gold Cup was nice because it gave Tillman the opportunity to shine. He wasn't just given 20 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 10 minutes here. He was given multiple games to go out there and prove that he can play at that level. And we also talked about how it would have been nice if other players were included to that too, But that message had to be sent, though.
It did have to be sent, I suppose. That's on Poach. But can you imagine if Sargent got that chance against the teams we played against in the Gold Cup in the group stage? Would he have scored some goals? Would we all be talking now about, Josh Sargent regained his jizz? He's got it now. Because prior to this, Tillman was one of those guys that kept showing up and not doing anything. And then he was the best player in the Gold Cup for us. And now everybody's like, okay, yeah, I see it. I get it. And so, more importantly, does Poach. Because what we think, all of us, is just jizz in a bucket. We're all jizzing in a bucket. Hopefully not at the same time and in the same room. But what's going on here is that Poach is seeing stuff. He didn't give Sargent that opportunity to regain his boner, right? He just didn't. He's like, I'm not impressed, and I'm going to go play Aguiman and Brian White are on this club, on this team, but not you. I mean, that's got to be a big kick in the balls for Sargent. Maybe a lot of people think he deserved that kick in the balls. So we'll see. We'll see going forward. Yep. Doug again for 5. Thank you, Doug. They need to be all sent to Dempsey and Haydock's School of Testicular Fortitude. Then they will win a lot of us back. Yeah, we've said it on the show 1,000 times. We can't say it again. We did a whole metaphoric piece about, farming, right, on this piece. And the whole chip on your shoulder. That's the problem here. It's not that these guys don't come in and care. We said it 1,000 times. They care, but do they care in the right way? Do they come in with a chip on their shoulder and with something to prove? If you're coming in confident and you want to win and you care, but you think you're already the bee's knees, no, that's not the attitude you need to come in with. You can't come in with this, well, I'm Weston McKennie, to use him as an example. And it's not fair to Weston, but I'm Weston McKennie. Of course I'm making that 2026 team. I don't got nothing to worry about. If you're coming in with confidence and you want to win, but you're thinking like that, that's not good. You need to come in thinking, I got something to prove every single game. Chip on shoulder. That's what's missing. Caring ain't good enough. Got to be better than caring. I care about a lot of things, but the shit I really want to get done takes more than caring. It takes me a determination to get it done. In my sporting career, it took more than caring. Caring is like bare minimum. You better care, but you need to bring more than caring.
Yeah.
Yes.
So apparently, Atalanta are in advanced talks with Milan over Musa.
Okay.
Milan evaluates him to be approximately 30 million. Well, Atalanta is believing that an agreement could be found for 25. I still think 25 is freaking massive for Musa, by the way.
I am shocked by this number from Atalanta. I am really shocked by this number. So they must believe. They must have seen him in the shower with a giant cock, because they are ready to get on board with that.
It's like, hey, Atalanta's going, hey, you know what we're missing? We're missing a guy who can progress the ball up the pitch, but then fuck around with it in the final third.
That's a lot of money.
They need a cog piece to run their midfield, basically. That's a lot of money.
A cod piece? COD?
Yeah, exactly, right? Something to protect, their actual spine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good luck. We'll see. There not much time left in the transfer window. So we're going to see a lot of stuff.
They said they were expecting a deal within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we're shit or get off the pot hour is where we're at this point. Yeah. Weston McKennie will play out the remainder of his contract. However, a reported previous agreement to extend his stay at Juventus was canceled by the club's new general manager. Of course it was. Of course it was. So I know from what I have been told, McKennie loves being where he's at. He loves the city. He loves the nightlife. He likes it all. He likes living there. He wants to stay, but he needs to stop saying that publicly. Okay? Because the love ain't a two-way street right now.
Well, if he loved it that much, then he should have just accepted the same contract that he had that was offered. And he was pushing for that increase. Don't get me wrong, he deserves a little bit of an increase, sure.
He did a little bit,
yeah. Juve saying, no, we don't have the funds for that. We're not going to do that.
Well, he's turned into a cog on that team.
Sure.
And that's the problem. A COG. You can't be a COG. Remember, which manager was it that said, no, McKennie, you should be scoring 10 to 15 goals a season. That guy had a vision for McKennie, crashing the box from the midfield. Remember that guy? Who was the manager at the time? You're the Juventus guy, not me. Anyhow.
Allegri, Pirlo was the one who brought him over.
It was Allegri who said that, I believe. That's the kind of guy that believed in Juventus, in his talent, McKennie's talent.
Colin did send that quote 10, 15, 20 minutes ago or so on here. But he mentioned how Allegri wanted him to get more goals.
Thanks, Colin. Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm not always watching. So appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't even know you had sent it. So again,
I mean, I can go back to coaches. Come on.
No. I mean, but that's the kind of vision people had, because when McKennie was there at Juventus early on, god damn, he was a threat in the box on set pieces and otherwise. All right. So
Allegri couldn't make a tactic where a striker scores 15 goals.
He certainly could not. That is absolutely true.
It's not his time to at Juve, at least.
So good luck to McKennie. Apparently, I mean, are we really saying he's going to move, or are they going to change their mind? Who knows?
Well, they literally just said they're not extending it, so he's going to play out the remainder of his contract, which, what, is like a year? Is this his final year?
I don't think so.
Look it up.
I think he's got 2 years left.
McKennie's contract. Juventus.
I think he's got 2.
Summer of 2028.
Yep. 2 more years. Maybe 2.5. 2.5 years. So, yeah, I mean, they're hoping he does something really good and they could sell him, probably, if they're not going to re-sign him. Yes, and yeah, we've heard about his agent. It's not good. Yeah, agents that are taking deep dips in pockets is pretty much the norm now, and that's unfortunate. It's making business harder to do. So be careful who you sign as your agent. Mm-hmm. All right. What else we got? God help me. I'm running out.
Let's get into Gio talk here.
I like this move for Gio much more than Parma. The question is, this move to Gladbach. How in the... Gio Reyna is moving away from Parma as he's leaning towards Gladbach, Borussia Mönchengladbach, for tact, towards which he's learned to say, which they offered a figure between 3 and 3.5 plus bonuses. Well, that is nowhere near what Parma offered. So what is going on? There are 2 things that could be going on here. One, Parma have pulled their penis way out of this deal. Way out. They're not even in the womb anymore. They're out. They're done. They're like, screw this, I'm done. The other possibility is Mönchengladbach, after Parma pulled out of the vagina deal, is not getting any other offers, so now they're getting scared. And on top of that, part 3, besides the fact that his agent, Gio's agent, early on in this process before the window opened, said, yeah, Gio's not really interested in staying in Germany, which was a stupid-ass thing to say. It could be that Gio Reyna's looking at this and going, hell yeah, I want to play with my best friend. And who is his best friend? Joe King Scally. That's who his best friend is. And he could be on the same team, on the same club. Dortmund are panicking. They're not going to get what they thought. It's going to be a worse deal. Parma have already moved on. They've got other targets in mind. They already told Dortmund to go themselves right in the soul. So, yeah, this could be desperation at this point. That's the only thing I can think of, Brett, because this is way less than the offer from Parma.
Well, there's been news since we started the show. Apparently, Gladbach has matched Parma's proposal for Gio. According to Fabrizio Romano. Decision up to the player, with Gladbach now confident to win the race.
Here's my guess. It's going to be 3.5 plus other major incentives that would get him up to the same amount that Parma were offering. That would be my guess. Or they moved it straight up to 6 plus bonuses. And it could be that we're so late in the clock and that I don't know why you want to send it to a rival team. Send him. Because then he's going to get a chance to score on your ass. And I guarantee when he does, he's celebrating.
So, oh man, that'll be some drama.
I would love to see this, because at least at Gladbach you have a stable manager. At Parma, you got a guy still wearing diapers. It's his first job. Who knows what he's going to do? Is he going to play 3 in the back, 4 in the back, 5 in the back, 8 in the back? Who the fucking knows?
I know we talked about, obviously Gio has experience in Bundesliga, and he can clearly play in there, even despite the fact that people like to hound on his sprinting ability. Given his sprinting pace since his injury, the Italian league would have been a great league for him to be in. I mean, I was watching the Milan game this past weekend, and I was sitting there going like, damn, Gio could easily do this. But obviously, again, he has more than enough exposure in the Bundesliga that he can easily jump in on a team and not be questionable how he'll perform.
And it's a team with some history with American players going back to Bradley, who played there for a number of seasons.
Scally, Peacock. We got a couple of people there.
Yeah. So, we'll see how this works out. I would love it because I watch the Bundesliga religiously, so I'm not going to miss a single game. I'm certainly not going to miss the Mönchengladbach game versus Dortmund. So I'm excited about this. Make it Gladbach. Make it so. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Let's do this. Let's do it.
I thought this is a PSV topic here, but Adam says with Plagon, Gladbach desperately needing an attacking midfielder.
Yeah. Oh, and that guy they got right now is not very good. Chambers says, not even mentioning Casey Keller for shame, Derek. All right, my bad. Yes, Casey Keller. All right. Yes, and I like Casey. I think he's generally been pretty good on ESPN FC. Generally. Not always. We busted his balls on this show when he said something stupid. All right, we finally cracked 300. We're at 305. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, and suckle gently on your stepsister's shoulder.
A weird place to suck.
Sure. Well, no, shoulder kisses can be quite erotic.
Kisses, sure. Sucking, no.
Well, there's a little sucking and kissing. Light pressure. Sure. Light pressure, Brett. Apply light sucking pressure on the shoulders.
And I go...
Not sucking the shoulder. You don't want to deep throat the shoulder. That's not what I'm talking about here. Baby, what are you doing? I'm deep throating your shoulder.
Don't worry. I heard you guys like this. I watched the Stray Red Card. It's okay, guys.
I heard you guys like this. I'm taking your shoulder as deep as I can. Oh, I got a big mouth. Don't worry, baby. All right.
Chambers goes, this got weird. When doesn't it? When doesn't it?
Dude, that's what we do here. A little bit of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of
that. It's not planned. It's not planned.
Never. None of this is ever planned.
No, it's not.
Just my tabs are planned. That's about all.
Your tabs, yeah.
Yeah. Hat Trick Chris says, if you're wondering what the biggest market value drop in CONCACAF history is, you're looking at it. Gio Reyna went from 42 million to 3 million in 4 years. Now
it looks like it'll be back up to 6. But yeah, we've been talking about this on this show for so long, how he has dropped so far. He's not the only young player on Dortmund whose value has dropped like a rock. Since
this was a massive drop, though.
This was the biggest massive drop and made up about 50% of the total drop of young players playing at Dortmund at the time. But yeah, it was a big one. There are other players that lost 10 million, 15, 8, 12, but this was huge. You go from $40+ million all the way down to, at this point, it looks like 6. That's hurting. That's hurting bad. So, yes, it is probably a record for an American player. I can't think of anybody else who's even come close to pulling that off. So,
yeah, I mean, it sucks given his injury issues and his return just hasn't been there. If he goes to Gladbach and he starts playing, it'll bounce back up. Not the 42 mil.
No.
He's never going to get back up to 42 mil.
Unless he plays in
the
Champions League. unless Gladbach, he's a regular starter and they make the Champions League, they finish in the top 3 or something crazy like that, which is not crazy. Gladbach.
So David says, to be frank, or to be fair, I don't think he was ever worth 42 million, 35 max. Well, I mean, he was that was that season with Holland and Jude
Bellingham. Yep.
That is just like he was in there and he was doing great stuff with the team, moving the ball around, scoring some fantabulous goals at the ripe age of 18 or whatever it was.
And he was like rated as UEFA's. He was rated as the top 10 UEFA Young Player of the Year at the time.
He was up there. I mean, there was definitely promise. And then, he came into 2022's cycle and pulled a hammy for the next 3 years.
Yep. And it's been all downhill since then. All right. So I don't think, Colin, that he's still injured. So I think, but I mean, there's not being injured, and then there's playing like you're not injured. We've talked to so many former players who said, yeah, I got this injury, and after that, my mind was all fucked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't trust my knee anymore. I didn't trust my legs anymore. Anyhow, interesting take here from Steve Sampson.
Yep. This is getting into the U.S. soccer aspect. We're done with transfer news. Enough for the transfer news.
Holy Jesus.
I'm glad you asked the question because I'd love to answer it and maybe just give you a different perspective.
Okay.
I've been listening to all those interviews as well. And I know Christian has taken a lot of heat from some former players that.
I don't think we have to worry about this one.
That's fair enough. I'm just pointing down as Mark Sampson, his brother, or is that Steve his middle name, or?
No, I think it's his brother.
Okay.
Yep.
That have been very much instrumental in growing the game and in this country. And to be honest, I've had a lot of those same conversations with professional players, international players on the U.S. team, on teams from Costa Rica when I was coaching the Galaxy. Players that literally got to the point in time in their career where they just said, Coach, I need a break.
Yeah.
I mean, they were probably safe. I'm still going to be doing this.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to be safe.
Yeah, fair enough.
See, Colin's saying the same thing. Like, why does the screen say Mark Sampson?
Because his brother's hosting this.
All right, so is that Steve right there?
Yeah, his name's not Mark. Yeah.
All right.
I think his brother's hosting this. That's all I can think of. Sorry.
And so that break could
or
be
his son's
coming into a national team setting and maybe not training as much as the others, but you're still there. Or maybe you're arranging with the national team coach to play a little bit less or to take him off after the 60th minute or whatever. But if a player came to me, and a few of these players that are criticizing Christian for this have come to me in the past and have said, Coach, would you mind not bringing me in
Flawless
for this friendly international match?
What?
Flawless.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's who he's talking about. Yep.
Chambers says per wiki, Steve is his middle name. So is it Mark, Steve?
Why would he
Sampson?
put Mark up there? Nobody knows him by Mark Sampson.
Steve Sampson's given name is Mark.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Steve. What are we doing here, dude?
Yeah, that threw me for a loop when I saw that too. I'm just going to flat out say it.
Are you trying to be as anonymous as possible? That's ridiculous. Use your real fucking name that everybody knows you by.
Yeah. I go by the Brett.
I go by Derek Zissou Ritchie.
San Fran says, for Mark's sake.
I mean, this is silly. I guess his family calls him Mark. That's all I can think of.
Because one, I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm very close to being injured, or I'm fighting this, and we negotiate it. We work it out, right? And I'm confident that Christian Pulisic called, his coach and worked it out. I think he's that much of a professional to where he worked it out with Pochettino. And I think the big riff
watch the video Did he
From
watch the Pulisic interview and the Pochettino interviews? That's not what happened. He called. They said, okay, either you play the whole fucking month or there's no working it out. It's like he missed the whole conversation. He missed the whole point. You're not bringing a new point of view. You're bringing in an ignorant point of view. Pulisic totally mapped it out for you. Pulisic said, yes, I want to come in through the 2 friendlies. The coaches said, fuck off. Either you play the whole fucking window or you're out. And that was the end of the conversation. This is not news. No one's breaking news here. Steve, Mark, you're not breaking any news here at all.
Well, I mean, he's basically saying this isn't new to international soccer.
No.
And that this is something that the player and the coach has to work out, which I think the working out should have been what you said it should have been. Hey, come in, you play the friendlies, take your break during the group stage, come back in on the knockout stage. You know, we'll give you breaks throughout there.
And that's happened before. But Poach said that. We're doing that. Either you're here the whole time or you're not. So I don't know what he thinks he's bringing, what refreshing point of view. We discussed this already, and so have many others.
That a lot of people feel that if your national team calls, you should always come. Well, I agree with that, unless you have an agreement with the head coach. I don't believe what happened against.
He did not. And by the way, he barely talks to the national team coach. This is what, in the interview, it was very clear with Pulisic. This is with assistant coaches. It wasn't even with Poach immediately. All right? So you go back and watch the interview. Yes, he talked to Poach, but the conversation, the ultimate conversation, was also with assistant coaches and Poach maybe, or just assistant coaches who told him to go fuck it off and you're not on the team because you're not willing to commit the whole time. So anyway, you can stop this. We don't have to watch any more of this.
Okay.
I just think it's funny. Some guy who's not been around for a long time thinks he's bringing a breath of fresh air to this conversation, and he's not.
No,
absolutely not.
Here's the thing: we had people, you know. I think Colin said, I really didn't know Steve. We have Nate saying, "Who's this guy we were watching? What's his relevance?"
He was the former U.S. men's national team manager in the 1998 World Cup.
World Cup, most people want to forget, anyways.
We got pummeled in it, and he played some freaky formation. What was it?
3-6-1.
A 3-6-1. Yes.
Yeah. Versus Samson also thought a 3-6-1 was a good idea.
Exactly. Yeah. And here's a guy who lost his job at the Galaxy, although he did coach at Costa Rica national team, etc. First American to coach a foreign national team, as far as I know. And he's never been offered another job in MLS ever again. Oh, we got to play this.
Of course.
We
got to play this.
We do have to pause this.
But the reality is this, and you hit the nail on the head again, Mike, is that the identity of this team is no longer, we're going to outwork you. We're going to have a dog in this fight. We're going to roll up our sleeves and do whatever we can to beat you.
That's Chip. He's just talking about Chip there.
Yeah,
that's Chip. We don't bring Chip. We only bring, we're really good because we play in these great leagues. We're really good players, but no Chip. We don't bring Chip. So that's all he's saying there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we're questioning whether or not you have that. And in 2014 World Cup in the United States, tied Portugal, should have won. They barely lost to Belgium, even though Tim Howard made 15, 16 saves.
Barely lost in the sense that Wondolowski should have put that away in regulation and we should have beat them in regulation. But aside from that one opportunity, again, like he kind of mentions here,
we should have lost by
Timmy
more.
had 15, 16 great saves.
Yeah.
That game should have been a blowout.
Should have been.
Should have been a blowout. Now, we would have been fortunate to beat Belgium and move on because of Wando's should have been goal. But it was a 2-1 goal game, and Timmy had a massive performance, but it's not like we were tit for tat. It's not like we were creating all these opportunities. We were on our heels the entire fucking match.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I disagree with that aspect
I do too.
of his comment, but I agree. I agree with the grit. I agree with the chip on your shoulder. The heart of, I may not be as talented as you, but I'm coming out and I'm gonna make it difficult as hell for you.
Brett, you're being so nuanced.
Yeah.
No, I just don't think a lot of people do that these days.
There we go.
All right.
It's most saves ever. The question then, which is about 11 years ago, is how can the United States men compete with the top 10 countries in the world? But over the last 2 years, this generation lost a Copa America, couldn't advance in the group stage in their backyard.
Yeah, it's all true.
Can't argue. Yep. I mean, only positive for pausing's sake, really.
Yep, absolutely. Keep going.
They lost to Canada in back-to-back games. They've lost to Panama in 3 straight games, and not
that really hurts. By the
and
way.
I'll agree in the sense with that statement that yes, factually true. And I don't want to make any excuses, but you can look at the context and see that there are underlying issues of why we lost X, Y, and Z game. Not to Canada, I mean, but to Panama primarily. But I don't want to make an excuse. In theory, I mean, we should have beat them all 3 times.
Yep.
Hands down.
Yep.
Got a result all in their backyard, all going into the World Cup. And you have the audacity to complain about criticism. Imagine if you were from Argentina.
This is correct.
Yeah, I can't get over the claps. I hate it when people do the clapping. Like, are you listening?
Yeah.
No, stop that. Stop the claps. Come on.
It's annoying, but he's right.
No, what he's saying is correct. Yes.
Can you imagine if like some of the golden generations in Germany? Oh, no, it's actually happened. Played like shit. I mean, they were crucified.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the individual players were torched in the German press. So, I mean, torched on mainstream media, not this backwoods in the back of the fucking, all the way in the 10th aisle news. Shit. Come on. Oh, I told you, yeah, my dad found it, right? He read it. But I mean, what's the chances of that happening for most Americans? Probably not really that high. And I don't think mainstream press, what I'm talking about, not the Jeff Carlisles and Doug McIntyres of the world covering the sport. Nobody reads that shit. Not mainstream America, just us that care. In Germany, everyone reads that shit. Everybody. Everyone cares about the German national team. They don't have the Chargers and the Colts and whatever else to distract them. Or a baseball team or whatever. Maybe a basketball team, but they play basketball in Germany. But yeah, it's big there. So if you suck, they're coming after you, and it's going to be on the major news networks, not some ESPN FC that's watched by a niche group of people, or on Lawless's show that's not much more popular than our show, honestly. And I love, the fact that we know Alexi and he comes on our show, but all of our shows are niche. They're all niche. Whether we tack, Lawless, us, it's all niche. Okay, it's tack bigger, yeah, but it's still niche. Nobody cares, generally in a big scale sense. So this is very, on a grand scale, minor criticism of these players.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that it's diehards that are criticizing and former players that hurts, I guess.
Or England, or Brazil, or Germany. The amount of pressure that would be on you. That's where you lose me with this, Mike. Mm-hmm. And so now we're having a conversation. I got to do the Levitard show and talking about, are the players committed to going into a World Cup in their backyard in the biggest moment of their lives? And we're talking about a docuseries where the analysts outside are being called evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mike, they have completely lost the
evil
plot
was
to me.
too heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that in the end, Weah's going to look back on that and be like, evil? Why the fuck did I use evil? Horrible, horrible term.
1011 says you guys should play the whole clip and then talk about it. Well, we can't.
We can't, dude.
If we want that sweet, sweet YouTube monies.
Do you guys understand how this works? If you play, we have been, what do you call that? Copyrighted.
Copyright struck, yeah.
For using small clips and playing them all the way through. We're not doing that. No.
Videos on Twitter showing a highlight.
Yeah.
Like a 4-second highlight that's played 3 times. Like, hey, that's it's copyright. Like, no, it's not.
Don't blame us. Blame YouTube. Blame those dumbasses. All right.
Put straight red card on. I made it.
Just telling you why we're doing what we're doing, man.
We got reasons for our madness.
We do. We have to, or else we'll get copyrighted again. Even though what we're doing is completely fair use.
Rob Garcia says, "Just do it for the love of the game, Brett." No, we want to make the sweet pennies, the sweet pennies that YouTube give us.
Okay, it's not just about that. If you get so many copyright strikes, your show will be removed from YouTube.
Let's rephrase this. We get a copyright block where basically our show will get removed, or the money will get funneled into whoever owns the copyright itself. Yes. The actual strike, I don't think we've ever been struck. But yes, to your point, Derek, when you get a copyright strike, you lose streaming privileges for the first strike. You lose it for like a week. You get 2 strikes, you're out for 3 months, and then if you get 3 strikes, you're gone. Your channel gets wiped.
A good example is Rick Beato, who's been on YouTube for 10 years, has 5 million plus followers, and he's on 2 strikes right now. But the 2 strikes came from videos he made 4 years ago, 6 years ago, and 8 years ago from like World Managing Music Media, like a new company.
The good news is after 90 days, those strikes go away, but still.
Well, he's challenging them.
That's fair.
He's got a lawyer.
There you go.
I'm our lawyer.
YouTube tends to bend if you really strike. If it's real transformative, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're not making a team tonight. By the way, I got to go to bed.
No, I wanted to go over Jimmy's picks and then show how very similar they were to ours.
Okay.
It'll be 10 minutes at most.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not even 11 o'clock, bro.
I got things to do. All right, go ahead.
No, you don't.
Yes,
all right.
I do. All right.
Jimmy's picks, or call what you want, show. Says Turner, Freeze, Stefan. And those are the three that we picked.
Yep, same.
No different.
Yep.
In the back.
We're not listening to anything. This is really great. I like this.
Yeah. Nope, I took screen caps. We're all good.
You're awesome, Brett.
They got Des, Scally, Freeman, and Arston, which are the 4 that we picked. Richards, McKenzie, Ream, and CCV. Did we pick CCV?
The only reason I think CCV has a chance is that
Coach we picked CCV.
Is aware of him from his Tottenham days.
Although we picked Zimmerman too, so
yes,
not completely accurate to what they picked,
I think it's a throw up between CCV and Zimmerman. I honestly do. Yep.
Yeah. Midfields, they got Adams, Cardoso, Tessman, Berhalter, Musa, McKinney, Tillman, and Luna.
Yep.
Rowan. Let's see here. We got Tessman, Adams, Berhalter, Cardoso, Weston, Luna, and Tillman.
Okay, yeah, same. Odd, very odd. We're getting all the same here.
We got for our attackers, we got Pulisic, Haji, Weah, and we picked Brendan Aronson.
Mm-hmm.
Then Sarge and Damien.
Yep.
Their picks were just Christian, Timmy, Haji, Sarge, Damien, and then they picked Flo, but then they mentioned Flo is out now. Yeah, out for 2 weeks.
That could be Ajiman. It could be.
No, it can't be. Ajiman's out till mid-October.
That's true. So who could it be?
That could be right. It could be White.
Could be Brian White. Yeah, I suppose.
or another winger, perhaps, because we already have Damian Downs and Josh Sargent.
Sendejas?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just an idea. Throwing it out there. Maybe not.
Saying that Pat's already back in training. That's a quick turnaround. That's true. I mean, he literally just got the injury picked up not too long ago. So, fair enough.
Maybe he will make it back in time. Who knows? But, yep. That's all reasonable.
Charlie said, or Colin said that Charlie said that Mihailovic needs to play more defense to get in the U.S. men's national team. LOL. What? Yeah, I guess it depends on the position you're playing. I mean, if you're competing with Luna and Tillman for that 10, not really. I mean, the defense-wise, not really. But if you're playing one of the double pivots or even winger, though, I mean, if he's competing with the winger role, maybe? I don't know.
Calcio Moderna says PFOC or Ciabatou.
Nope.
Playing in the second division in France, can't score. Nope. He's out. He's done. He's done until further notice. And as far as Mihailovic, does Poach even know who Mihailovic is? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. So,
real quick, I need to cover a super chat that we did not cover.
Hey, it's Calcio Martano again. It's $1.99. This is the World Cup's "What Are We Doing" speech.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Speech. Yep, kind of. He's just calling out the guys for not being able to accept criticism, which is perfectly fine. So, yep.
Colin said that Mihailovic was on the preliminary roster, so he is at least on the 60.
I just wonder sometimes, like, where is Poach now? I don't think it's in the United States, and I don't think he's.
Well, as of last week, he was in Spain watching Cardoso. So,
yep, yeah. I don't think he's here tracking every player, and I think that Mihailovic will have to go back to Canada and just kick ass. Just kick ass like he did last time he was there. He's going to have to do that.
Well, I mean, when we're talking about the 10 role, if he's competing there, he's got to compete against Tillman and Luna and Pulisic. Those are the three options at the 10 role.
Yep. It's
now,
heavy.
he could play out wide. He has played out wide. He played out wide for Aze. He played out wide for Chicago. But he's played 10 for Montreal. He's played 10 for Colorado. So I don't know.
If you call what he did at Aze playing, yeah.
Well, he played. Technically speaking, he played.
He played technically, but it was a very cog-like role. When I was sitting there rooting for him, go get it. Go get it. Do something. Go. Oh, pass backwards. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, pass sideways. Damn it. Do something. No, nothing. Believe me, I was rooting for him. He just wasn't into it. He didn't seem to be 100% invested for what we later found out were other reasons. So anyhow, that's it for the show. We are done tonight. I need to go take a shower, make lunch, and all that stuff you got to do for work the next day. And we do appreciate all 315 of you who are here tonight. Might have been more. I stopped looking.
Yeah.
Yep. So we do appreciate it. We will be back on Monday, and we got so much soccer to watch this weekend. Yes. I mean,
what? You may need to get another co-host for Monday. Actually, I'm going to be out of town for Brettstock Saturday through Tuesday. Yeah.
The fuck is that?
My birthday. I go with my friends to various places, and we drink heavily and sing. So
all right.
Go play.
Sing.
Go to place. I don't say sing. I said hang. What do you sing?
Hang.
Hear me sing.
Even flow all night.
Depending on how drunk I get, you never know. Yeah, we may need to see if Pete wants to jump on, or
I will contact Pete, Adam. I'll find out. I'll find somebody, but I still have to host it. It sucks.
It's nice of you to invite Derek.
Colin, don't take it personally. It's not personal.
Oh, no. He's saying that it's nice of me to invite you.
Oh.
To Brettstock, is what he's saying.
Brett doesn't invite me to his younger friends.
I hang out with Derek 2-3 times a week. We
Brett
talk on the
spends
phone.
more time with me than he does with his fucking family. I'm sure he's like, I don't want to hang out with that guy anymore.
This is actually just a vacation away from Derek.
It's like he spends 8 to 9 hours with me a week, and we're not even counting all the fucking texts. So it's all fair. And I want Brett to have a great birthday. So it's not like I invited Brett to my birthday party.
Yeah, I never got the invite.
Although I did invite you to my parents once. So you did come over and have dinner. All right. So we'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great time. Enjoy the games. Catch as many of them as you can. I know I have to, so I will. I'm still going to do it, hopefully in a pleasurable way. And we'll see you on Monday. All right. Good night.
That hurt.
Blowjobs are a no for me.
It is a skill. It is a practice skill. It is a necessary skill.
The secret to a great blowjob is saliva, saliva, saliva.
It's important for us to learn from this because I think we lose because we beat ourselves.
You need to swallow it too.
I don't understand the problem here.
The people don't understand esophagus is the main player of the game.
Try to stay away from it as much as I can.
You can start by licking the dip.
I didn't understand it, but
Patrick Agumang to Bambi or a newborn giraffe or